was like, what?
I'm not ready.
How you doing, Chatfish? Like, whoa. That's right, chat. You, loyal fishes, serve the kib. Wow, but isn't Matt Blankenbacher? He's not been around in a while, chat. That's unfortunate.
Grape him.
Yeah.
Give him all the grape.
Oh, they should rape him. I was like, oh, okay, we're going. Okay.
Why would I say that,
I
kids?
don't
That's
know. I
not
was
YouTube
very
safe.
curious as to why you'd say that. I mean, it's
Why
a.
would you say it
I would
then?
agree. Just out of
Mr.
punishment.
breaks YouTube's TOS all the damn time and then
Maybe,
yells at the guests.
maybe he should be. Because he hasn't been around in a while. Maybe that'll teach him. If he's, if you're not around, you get that happens to you. Should have thought about that before you were tardy. Yep. Gonna give you a
I think
permanent
you
mental.
should show what Bino posted from your in response to what you posted in chamber.
No, I don't think I will. It's not funny. Now, Chatfish.
No, it is.
I made a Photoshop. Look at it. I thought it was funny. I made a smoothie this morning, and it gave me the idea to come up with a recipe for a Celeste smoothie, and I called it the Saludi. Yes, it's very clever, very wise. That's right, chat. We can have Saludis. Wow, a shawoovi. Oh my god. Says all the Chatfish collectively. So today we've got some big news. Not about smoothies, though, unfortunately. It's about boxes, specifically cubes, if you will. Cubes. The cube. The cube. The Gabe cube. Check, whoa, the Gub Cub. Yes, the Gub Cub. The Gub Cub finally has a price listing at 1,049 buckaroodles. That's true, chat. It's 1,049 buckaroodles. Surprisingly, a lot lower than what I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting it to be a lot higher. Now, that's for the cheapest version. And again, the 2 terabyte
What comes with
version,
the cheapest version?
the cheapest one is just 512 gigabytes. It's got, all the stuff listed here. I don't want to read that out loud, but there are people driving. It's got a CPU
6-inch
semi-custom. It's a 6-inch cube. Ooh, that's a big cube. That's a big. Yeah. Wow, 6
It's
inches.
a fucking tiny PC.
It is. It's a tiny little gaming machine. But they've released it. As to be expected, as we predicted last time, we did mention that we were curious as to whether or not the data centers would have an impact on the pricing, because it looked like indicators that the answer was yes. And now that we have the price listing, it looks like it was indeed affected. But not as severely as I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting it to be like 2K or something. But it gets close with the controller, by the way, 1.4K. But yeah, so the Steam Machine's finally out. They should have rebranded it to the Gabe Cube. It's honestly my biggest criticism, and probably my only criticism I have. And yeah, they should do that. That'd be better. That'd be better. Called the Gabe Cube. So yeah, there you have it. It's announced. Isn't that neat? So then we got some articles here. Valve Steam Machine review, GPU and CPU benchmarks. What?
So let me just preface before you even get into this. So there's a lot of people freaking out and bashing Valve for the price, as well as people making claims like you can make a better PC for cheaper.
Hold on. I'm going to stop you right there because that's wrong. There are a handful of people doing that, but that's, now you may continue.
Okay, well the point is I'm seeing it all over my feed.
Okay.
People talking about
Let me really break down why your feed's filled with that stuff. Because you click on it, and so your feed will get filled with more stuff because you keep clicking on it. The reason why my stuff is filled with the Digital Circus thing is because I accidentally clicked on it once. And now I got a bunch of fucking awful art for a series I don't give two shits about filling my timeline. And it's absolutely awful. I don't give a crap about Digital Circus. But as far as my timeline's concerned, it's the only thing that exists on the internet.
But so far I've been seeing lots of, and I will say lots because I've seen many different people talking about it. But sure, a few.
So yes, you're
proclaiming that you're better off with just buying a console or not. But like everyone is, you have to remember that the Gabe Cube is not a console. It is a fully functioning PC. And no, you cannot make an equivalent version of it for cheaper.
But yeah, saying a group on Twitter is a large group of people is hilarious because it's usually like 5 people, followed by 10,000 likes from a bot farm. The dead internet theory has been prevalent for a while now.
60%, by the way,
Or is it?
of posts and interactions are bots.
Yeah, so it's not. Oh my god, dead internet theory is becoming real, chat bros. It's becoming real. Chat just sits there, molding. Valve Steam Machine reservation queue is launching today. For $1,050 at 512 gigabytes and 1,350 bucks for 2 terabytes, with separate controller bundles also available. We'll put the conclusion up front, no bullshit, and GPU-bound gaming performance tests with Steam OS and machine for our standard blah 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 blah. But yeah, so people have already gotten their little feelingies on it. They've already started reviewing its performance and how it actually holds up. So it is interesting. It is interesting to see, for sure. And I do like how it's always a staple of the era to see what games are usually on this. Resident Evil 4, which
Black
is like,
Myth Wukong.
what? It's going to be whatever modern games are popular, because when they do these field tests, it's usually going to be for things that people might be playing on these things that are advanced or considered, today games.
It's the 2010s again. Resident Evil 4 is the benchmark.
Fuck, we've gone back. 2010s. Resident Evil 4 came out like 2004 or 3. It was 2010. RE4 was kind of like forgotten by that point. It was still around. But yeah, so there's some stuff on it. Next up we have, because yeah, there's not a whole lot to really mention about the Gabe Cube, to be honest, other than it's out, and that's kind of it.
It's also apparently I've saw it sold out in Japan like immediately.
Yeah, other than it's already sold out. So that's not too surprising.
But go figure, Japan really likes the mobile on gaming. That's why, like.
Well, that's the benefit, right, of the Gabe Cube, is that it's a tiny box you can put up and put into a little bag, and you can carry it with you.
Valve could release Steam OS standalone. They have. You can now download it on desktops.
Yes, you can.
You can even make your own Steam machine now so long as you have AMD hardware.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of SteamOS entirely yet, because SteamOS is a little bit like Linux still.
It still needs work for user interface, and they are having issues with hardware, like apparently NVIDIA isn't wanting to play nicely with them.
Yep, so it's growing pains. Like we talked about before, because we've mentioned this in previous streams, but whenever a new piece of technology comes out, never buy it. Never be the first one to buy it. Always wait. The reason why you always want to wait is because there's always going to be kinks in it, right? My beloved Xbox 360 that I cherish and will cherish to the end of days, Red Ring of Death, was the common staple of the initial,
You gotta glue pennies on it.
You gotta glue things on it, yeah. But, so basically, the reality is when it comes down to it, you kind of have to be cautious before purchasing these things. Especially new tech or new software. Never be the first owner, never buy the first controller, never buy the first console, because you know that the first one's going to have issues. Not without a warranty, at least. Because you're basically beta testing, is what you're doing. And that's always how it's been since, like, day one, right? So there. That's my little PSA on that. So it's okay to be patient, and that's why it's okay for it to be sold out, so you can let other people test it for you. That way they get all the kinks worked out when you finally pick it up. SteamOS needs to be ready. Needs some work before it's ready. Yeah, needs some work, yeah. SteamOS needs to basically be a sort of plug-and-play thing where it's like Windows, where you just have it. You have it installed, and then things just work. Now, I would say that that's the case with Windows, but we all know that's not entirely true, because there are many programs and applications that don't like Windows and will not boot with it. But yeah, and there's many fixes and workarounds you have to do to get things to function. Little Blinkenbacher has been a loyal bucket fishy for 42 months and says, a true Gabe Cube requires 27 Steam machines. Why do you say that? Why 27? Is it a magic number? Is it a meme? I don't know. My brain's too tiny and too small to know.
Gibbs, how many cubes would we need to make a Rubik's Cube?
I don't know. I didn't think about these things. SteamOS 3.8 is now available to download, by the way. There's a link right here, which I will open. You can see the hyperlink if you wish. There. If you have AMD GPU, you can build your own Steam machine now. More GPU support being worked on. So yeah, it's still progressing, and they do have a page under their support category for it if you would like it. I personally am going to avoid using new operating systems until they are basically, tested and functional. But somebody's got to do it. And if you're a Linux guy or you don't mind these kinds of things, then, by all means, go for it. Get on in there, Chatfishes, and start fixing it, you little goobers. Next
Also,
up,
before we move on,
okay.
just to mention to chat that the Steam Summer Sale has started.
Oh, yes, but we didn't need to mention that, so we can mention that later. Either way, SteamOS installation repair. Blah. Next, we have Beyond All Reason and Hooded Horse, a new chapter. After almost 7 years of development, Bar is going professional and teaming up with one of the most respected publishers in the strategy space to bring the game to a full Steam release. Hooded Horse has gained themselves a very good amount of respect, but they are embroiled in a recent controversy revolving around a game called Nebulous Fleet Command. Now, Hooded Horse's involvement is probably, I would say, not at all involved from what I've seen, from looking at it.
They're usually very hands-off with their
Yes, only
developers.
when the developers get pretty bad. But Nebulous Fleet Command is embroiled in a massive controversy surrounding the fact that they have now attacked modders, and they have gone after a modder by the name of KitKat, which, if you don't know, and you don't know of my friend Arch, it was funny. I can tell you the story of how this all happened. So, late Sunday last week, we were working on a video for a collaborative channel. And as we're working on for a video collaborative channel, something fumbled upon my little screen, my little monitor. There was a comment left on a video on my friend's channel by a little guy named KitKat. I took a screen cap of that comment and sent it to Barch and was like, hey, you might want to look into this. I don't know if they're actually doing that, but in the comment basically read something along the lines of, here, you know what, I'll go get it. I can just go get it because I literally have it. But yeah, it was actually rather weird because we actually ended up doing a ton of stuff on that. So yeah, here. I don't want to leak DMs of my buddy, so let me just...
Damn, Kib's taking steps to not leak DMs?
Curious.
Has hell frozen over, Chatfish?
As hell frozen over indeed. So yeah, you can see even the timestamp when I found this. So take a look, right? This is the comment in question. So at 6:22:26, 7:06 p.m., I saw a comment on his channel, and I sent this to him and while we were talking. And basically, KitKat986, I got banned from the Nebulous Discord server for posting this video, which was a video of him playing the game, Nebulous Fleet Command. Now, personally, I think Nebulous Fleet Command is kind of ass. I don't like it. Some people love it. I think it's trash. But either way, he was playing their game and basically spotlighting it. And so he posted a video of the gameplay on their channel. He was then harassed and brigaded, and then the moderators then banned him. So, everyone harassed him and dogpiled him, and then fucking poof, he left the fucking thing, right? Because he got banned. And it's not the first time they've done that. Apparently, they've done that many, many times. So, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So, yeah. That happened Sunday, if I recall correctly, yeah? It's 22. Yeah, that's Sunday. Math. Hard. So yeah, either way, he went and did some digging, and basically he found that, yeah, it's as bad as it sounds. They didn't even cover up their nasty little footy prints, and they just left it all in the open. So Nebulous Fleet Command is now not a game that I would ever recommend to anyone before, but I definitely don't recommend them now. Because they just don't like you. They don't like you, they hate you. And it's interesting because Hooded Horse is technically their publisher, so it's going to be... if I had to wager a guess, I don't think Hooded Horse is going to say anything. But if Hooded Horse does do anything, or is found out to be complicit in this little spat is going to basically be a bigger telltale. And it's actually kind of one of those things I think it's concerning. I think Hooded Horse can no longer be looked at with the same amount of trust anymore after this incident, unfortunately, just because of this. We already kind of have to now suspect Hooded Horse for being involved with this, because if one of their developers did this, then Is it possible that they're okay with it? Is that why the radio's silent about it? Did they sign off on it? Are they silent because they agree? You also have to ask yourself, with all the YouTubers that were involved with Nebulous Fleet Command, all the ones who are silent are guilty as well. Anyone, and like if you've ever been in content creation, you know this. Silence isn't just consent, it's applause. And that's one thing I've learned from content creation, especially when dealing with content creators and people in the background. So people who worked with Hooded Horse, or not Hooded Horse, sorry, Nebulous Fleet Command, maybe voice acted their stuff, are not only probably complicit if they're silent, but also probably applauding it. I just urge you to be very skeptical of everybody involved with those projects from now to the ends of time. Because the odds are they probably don't like you, if you like those types of content creators, and they probably hate you.
Sarah asks, is there confirmation that it was from Hooded Horse? I was the assumption that it was a ban from the developers' Discord and not the publishers.
It's the developers' Discord. So there's no confirmation whether Hooded Horse is directly involved, but because it's a developer under Hooded Horse's umbrella, it raises the question, is Hooded Horse involved? Because you have to ask yourself, are they involved? Because usually publishers handle all public appearance stuff and all that information. They usually say who can be shown and who can't be shown. We know this from experience with other publishers when it comes to like World of Warships coverage. There was a drama and controversy that I was embroiled in with another content creator many, many years ago for World of Warships, where Games Workshop reached out to World of Warships to have the same person canceled over there, by the way. So this isn't the first time. I've been through these rodeos with my buddy for a very long time, and I've seen this happen to him so many times. So it's not surprising, and I'm just gonna say that if there is something going on, odds are like the publisher might know about it or should know about it. They should.
Now, what we do know about Hooded Horse before this incident, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time something like this has come up with a game Hooded Horse was publishing.
Yes.
Hooded Horse also has a reputation of being very hands-off, and the only
True.
times I've ever personally seen them making posts on behalf of developers when said developer was fucking up or went completely radio silent for months, aka Manor Lords.
Yes. Hooded Horse's only time they've ever gotten really involved was specifically Mandalords, because the Mandalords developer, as I suspected at the time, kind of was one of those, look at my thing, it's cute, isn't it cute? And then he's like, has no like idea on how to realize it. You know, I just have good spidey senses for detecting bullshit, I feel like. Because I've been right every time. Every time I've been right and vindicated, by the way, on these things.
That is a fair point. So we don't know yet because this is new, and as he points out, even Arch didn't know about it until you pointed it out.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Barch would never have made a video on it if I hadn't messaged him about it, because he was completely oblivious. But
so we can't say if people even know.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's important to tell people, because it needs to get out. Because what happened was wrong. A modder who just was sharing some footage from his favorite content creator playing his favorite game was attacked and ganged up on and bullied for no reason. It wasn't just like a teasing. It wasn't like, you know, what happened in our Discord with that weird, like, Tyler fella.
Yeah, there was an incident today, apparently.
We had an incident in our own Discord community about something like that, funnily enough. But in that particular case, it was people just teasing and joking, and then he started like accusing everybody, and it was like it was a weird ordeal to be a part of. But if you've ever seen stuff like that happen in Discord, you know. You can also go in our Discord and look at it. It's kind of weird. Scroll up and look at it. Be weirded out by it, like I was when I woke up.
That is typically true, Nick, but because this is specifically around an incident involving a different one, another YouTuber, yeah, we have to mention who it is.
Yes, we usually don't mention other content creators, but in the case of, like, if there's somebody being attacked or something, I'm going to break that rule purely on the basis that I'm not going to let my friend be attacked, because Arch is my friend. We've been friends for a very long time. We work on stuff together all the time. I just like to keep my content separate from our friendship, so they're not related.
And yeah, specifically what is going on here is people are being banned because they either are mentioning or they watch art
Yep. And this is
from like
why
the
we want to mention it, because Nebulous Fleet Command is bad and they can't be trusted after doing that. Now, my
yes.
concern, and this is just a concern, by the way, that Hooded Horse is somehow complicit in that. And
I highly doubt it.
I only say that because of where they're based from, which I remember right, if correct me if I'm wrong, is Houston, Texas. And if you know anything about Houston, Texas, you
That is
understand
fair.
why I have that slight
Yes,
concern.
but I also Hooded Horse also has a reputation. It's also like 7 guys or something, isn't it? They're a
Yes.
really small team. They have a reputation of literally
Yes.
being
I
almost
know.
completely hands
I know.
off.
But without being constantly shut down all the time, I'm just posing that this might be something we need to be aware of going forward with all Hooded Horse titles. So we're going to look at that with skepticism now from now on. Hooded Horse cannot be trusted anymore, unfortunately, because it happened under their watch. If I was captain of a ship and, part of my crew did something bad, I'm still going to take some of the blame because I'm the captain of the ship.
Yes.
And so,
Hopefully Hooded Horse, because it does seem like it's slowly blowing up bigger, based on looking at the forums, and now I'm seeing lots of posts of people talking about it.
yes, I urge you, if you have Nebulous Fleet Command, to leave a negative review and to continue to raise concerns in Nebulous Fleet Command's community, but do so, obviously, with maturity and don't be, mean or nothing. But yeah, let them throw the first stone so they look even worse than they are, so you can get on your little high horse and shit down upon them. You know the drill.
But
You know
as
the
this
drill.
progresses, hopefully we will see a response from Hooded Horse.
I would hope.
Like as the Huntsman was saying, well, they don't necessarily get involved with it, but they make a statement of, yeah, we don't condone canceling people.
That would be ideal. But yes, because the reason why I'm concerned is because Hooded Horse is publishing a great deal many games that I'm interested in, and they've earned a very good reputation. But this incident could be a canary in the coal mine situation.
Could be, but let's hope it's not.
I definitely don't hope it's not, because I like
My
a lot
my
of the
hope
games
is
they
it is
publish.
ultimately just once again a Discord moderator who's not directly part of the team going on a power trip. Because we've seen that happen many times.
Yep. But either way, I wanted to go into, I know, a bit of a tangent to talk about that, just so that I could say my piece on it before we talk about other good news, because it's not all bad news for the Hooded Horse stuff, by the way. There is some
So
good
this is good news here.
Well, potentially, assuming that the previous thing isn't true. Otherwise, this is actually
Yeah.
horrific news. Actually, this is. Oh, do I say it or don't?
You're banned from bar now, Gibbs.
So I know more than most about most things, about weird, obscure things. Not about everything, but like weird, tiny things. I've met developers from BAR. They're pretty chill people. Some of them. Not all of them are nice, though. So we'll have to see if that, and I have to word this carefully, but you know what I mean, where we could have an incident with this repeat with Bar. Because some people in the developers are cool with me and cool with my existence and cool with the fact that I have friends with certain people, and there are others that aren't. This might be a repeating issue in the near future. This might be. And I hope it
So,
isn't, by the way, but
let's be optimistic and hope not.
I'm mentioning that because I've met some of the developers and I've spoken with these guys who worked on Bar, and they were very nice, most of them. But they some of them were very honest, but they warned me of certain elements in their own team that potentially might cause issues with something like this. So we'll see.
Of course, Gibbs has degenerate friends, Night Motorcyclist. Is Chatfish.
Chatfish are like looking at all the clues and like
Chatfish
puzzle
are
pieces I'm
degenerate.
putting on the ground, and Chat's like, whoa. As they're like,
Now you have a donation. Also, congratulations, Prav.
just graduated my class. I'm so close to freedom. Congratulations, Prav. Very good. 12 Durg donates 25 Polish bucks and says no. He got kicked, not banned. And not for posting a video, but for getting into a discussion. And as usual, it's easier to kick one person than 10. Well, when you look at the whole thing, it was kicked or banned or not. Like, you come back, you're not allowed to come back. You know? But anyway, moving on. Thank you for the nation. Indio has posted some things. Thank you. Very suspicious fish. Why are you a suspicious guy?
He probably just woke up.
Wolfenbach is just happy to be here. So what? Why am I green? That's because people gifted memberships and it landed on you. That's why you're green. But yes, moving on to the next subject, because I don't want to dilly-dally too much on the Nebulous Fleet Command thing. It's not even my kind of game, but it's one of those things where I know some of you, or little autistic chatfishes, like that game. So it's worth informing you that be careful of the people you trust with your mun-muns. So,
Harley gives a membership.
thank you for
Hits
the gift of
Torvar.
membership. Very generous. So yeah, Beyond All Reason, which is a game I very much enjoy, and I haven't streamed a whole lot of it because I've been letting it develop and cook in the background. But this is probably one of my favorite games from I played a couple years back, and it's been cooking really good. The developers are doing a fantastic job with this game. In my opinion, this game is the spiritual successor to Total Annihilation. A true spiritual successor, in my opinion, which is the highest praise I can bestow upon it. It's actually, in some ways, a great deal better than its predecessor, actually. It doesn't just do what Total Annihilation does, it does it better and more advanced with better map editing tools, cool terrain deformation mechanics and stuff of the likes, with lots of new things and stuff. So, yeah, Beyond the Reason's pretty cool. Now, they are
And
partnering.
it's coming to Steam.
They are coming to Steam. I remember speaking to the developers about a year ago about this, and they were mentioning that they wanted to go to Steam, but they were keeping the game on their website temporarily just because they didn't want to release it yet. They partnered with Hooded Horse, and they're going to be selling this game finally with a campaign. Now, there'll still be the free version if you like the free stuff, so you can go and play the free version or whatever, you know, and brawl it out with your buds. But they're actually adding the thing I wanted most, which is a nice beefy campaign. So yeah, pretty excited. They went through a big reason as to why they were doing it. They were, if I remember, pretty open about like pulling their community, if I remember right. Signed the deal with Hooded Horse. 68% of the player base were all for it, or not. That's not the forward place. That's the developers, isn't it? The final mandate with food, match weather, supporters.
60% was for it.
Yeah, 60% for, 20% were ambivalent, and 10% were against. And the likelihood of people continuing to tribute, etc. Contributors. So 7% were against and probably going to leave. 3% retired, so it's like one person. Unlikely, no nuanced. Not entirely sure. 10.
So people are still going to support them even if they get a publisher, is basically what that determines.
They're going to have more or less the majority support. But yeah, they did do a poll, and that's honestly pretty honest and straightforward. Now, the thing about Bar that I've always liked about Bar is that they've always had this thing of being pretty honest and blunt and straightforward with like things, and never really being like lying or sneaky or deceitful. They've always been pretty chill. Arrowhead, yeah, pretty much. So credit where credit is due. And like I said, I am a little biased because I have met some of the Bar devs. I've met the guy who designed the chickens game mode and the like PvE modes, and a couple other guys. They're pretty cool people. They're pretty relaxed. This game seems like it's going to be pretty solid, and it seems like their hearts have been in it. They've been very passionate about this project. So it's definitely one to check out. If you've never played Beyond All Reason, or BAR as it's called, I would definitely consider giving it a shot. It's pretty damn fun. Probably one of the more fun competitive like RTSs where you can actually fight each other. Very brawly, very arcadey, very fun, very much not too stressful, if that makes sense. And massive epic battles with insane chaos on screen. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool game. But figured I'd mention it. But yeah, so the partnership with Hooded Horse should be a good thing, I think. Hopefully for them. It means that they'll be able to get their name out there a bit more, because one of the things about Bar that I find surprisingly interesting is that it's incredibly bad with its what would the word be, like its public interfacing. It's sort of like, you know,
I remember launching and being like and having a bit of issues with the UI.
I have to explain it. I know Chatfish are taking jabs. Bar looks like the poor man's subcom. So this is because I have to explain things real quickly. So the origins of this genre are rather not too complicated, but it's easy for people to get confused. This entire genre of RTS or subgenre began with a game called Total Annihilation. Total Annihilation had a game, made an expansion called Commander's Pack or Commander something or whatever. I can't remember the full name of it. And then That was it. The studio went on to make another game called Total Annihilation, like Rust Kingdoms or whatever, is fantasy. It didn't do so well. Poofed out of existence, pretty much, right? Then, the guy who made Supreme Commander came back under a studio called Gas Powered Games, who made Supreme Commander. And Supreme Commander blew up, did good, got an expansion, then got a sequel published under THQ. That was terrible. Supreme Commander 2 killed the series, and then he was done with making games. BAR is based off of Total Annihilation, but not the original Total Annihilation. There's a fan project called TA Spring that started in the 2000s. TA Spring is basically 3D Total Annihilation, not Supreme Commander, not to be confused. These are two separate things, two different things. And so they branch and they split. So that's why you have things like Total Annihilation or the Planetary Annihilation, which is trying to follow Total Annihilation's footsteps. And Supreme Commander is its own entity and its own branch. Often the two are conflated, but they're not the same. They're distinctly separate because they follow different design philosophies. Supreme Commander focuses on a great deal more on macro and macro productions. While Total Annihilation didn't really have this, BAR did add features from Supreme Commander, like repeat build and macro building. But the big thing about the thing that's separate between these two products is that to put it bluntly, like, for example, like mechanics. In Supreme Commander, they want you to build multiple factories building multiple units. So 5 land factories producing the same unit on auto build over and over again, pumping them out. Like 12 factories, like mass producing them. In BAR, the idea is a single factory supported by multiple support constructors to build one unit. So they fundamentally operate completely different from each other. They're similar because they both have similar things like resource farms, but they work very differently than each other. And they're very different beasts. I know people often compare BAR and Total Annihilation to Supreme Commander, but while they do have similar roots because they came from the same man, they're two different branches of the same idea. But there you have it. I have to explain it because my autism demands that you know the history. Both have valid merits for existing. Both are distinctly different styles of games. Look at that, chat.
Yes.
What? Kib is wise beyond his years?
You have a membership milestone.
They write that down in the little notebooks. Wise beyond his years. Master Huntsman's been a
But they
loyal
can't
bucket
spell.
fishing for 11 months and says Kibbs is a neglected housewife when it comes to Helldivers 2. What are you talking about? I'm not even talking about Helldivers 2. I don't even have anything to say about that. If you want to really talk about it, because you want to bring it up, Helldivers 2, the only thing to really say is that they said they're delaying the war bond because they want to make it good, and I don't really care. The only thing I care about is more free content and more deeper, meaningful systems. The war bond can be fun. It could be filled with the most amazing guns ever, but it still doesn't fix the problem that I have with the game, and that many people have with the game. What the fuck did we do with our metal? What did we do with our materials that we collect? What do we do with anything? Like, half the resources in the game don't have a purpose. We need more meat. There we go, chat. Moving on to the next subject. So, Jump Space has a huge update. Jump Space, the weapons update, as it's called. Our biggest update yet is live, says Jump Space developers. On June 24th, it's clear that we understated the significance of the conversion of the old MK2 and MK3 components to the new loot system. And we've...
That's the next article, that update.
What? Oh, is it this the one I'm reading?
Yes.
Fuck!
Well, no, that's a response to the update. The other ones.
Oh.
So yeah, the update that you were just reading is the other article because they gave an update there. No. So this
then why do you interrupt
is
me?
after, because you were reading the second article, basically. Like,
let's read this one.
What it says there, Kibbs. No, Kibbs. Where it says update. Go back to the other article.
I'm gonna dock his pay.
Skip that.
Oh. This post will be very long, as we have so many new systems and things to cover. Death to Chumpa, chat. Death to Chumpa. So I'll skip the theatrics and just get right into it. At the bottom of this post, you can watch the hype trailer for the update and a long overview video covering all the new stuff. This post is basically a written version of the overview video. Hot joining / instantly rejoining lobbies, Oh my god, you can rejoin now. Wow. That should have been the beginning. So one of the reasons why I stopped streaming it, because it was really annoying when like one of our guys would DC or
You'd
a
have to
Chatfish
wait
would,
until they jump to the next area. Yeah.
and it's like that sucks. I'm glad they fixed that. That's very good.
Yes.
Huge quality of life improvement.
This is actually a huge overhaul. Like this update.
So,
I've tried it a bit. It's really
reworked
good.
looting, upgradable modules and blueprints. So modules can now be upgraded. That's kind of cool.
You
Third
also have
player
blueprint
ship,
system.
the Hammerhead. Rework ship and crew life systems. Don't know what that means. Improve ship combat. We'll have to see about that. New weapons. Enemy changes. Hot joining and instantly rejoining lobbies. We wanted to start here, as it's been a common pain point for the players for months. Yes, it has. Getting disconnected sucks, and it's one of the reasons why I stopped playing the game. You have to wait in a loading screen until your crew makes a jump to another level before you're allowed to join. And worst case scenario, you miss the finale and the mission completion rewards altogether, which was really annoying. No longer.
Yeah.
You no longer have to wait when connecting to a lobby and spawn immediately into the ship mid-objective. We have more of these big quality of life features on the roadmap coming soon, like offline mode for the solo players, which is good. Very good to have an offline mode. Speaking of, and I would hope they also start like with a local area network thing, because good to have future planning in case things go south.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're currently making a sort of autosave feature that lets the lobby host resume on a mission from the last ship jump for when the game and lobby crashed completely, or if you needed to take an emergency break and left the game. This isn't quite ready yet, but we'll share more info in the future. Update when this feature actually gets added. So eventually you'll be able to save. So if you gotta go,
Mid-run, yeah,
yeah,
which is really good.
because runs can be rather long in this game. It's not like Helldivers where it's like only an hour to 40 minutes, right? Like in this game, it's kind of like an hour guaranteed.
It's like 2 hours if you're doing any of the longer form ones.
Yes, pretty much. Reworked looting and upgradable module blueprints. Strap
So I
in.
can just give us that synopsis of this if
No.
you want, because I played. Okay.
Okay, fine. Because you sound so.
It is a
clued up.
long. Okay, look how long it is. If you want to read it, would go for it.
You think I can't, bitch? Is that a challenge?
Go for it. Go for it, bitch.
I've read longer, whore.
Big doubt.
Longer, whore.
Big doubt.
I've read The Echoes of the Second Age, which is like a bajillion
Yeah, and
pages.
how many days did that take you, Gibbs?
It took me forever. It took me forever. It took me weeks.
It did.
For episode 2, it took a
many
month.
pauses.
It took a month.
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got
Continue.
it, fatty.
No, please.
Do it before you get pay-dockied. I would hate for you to get
You
pay-dockied.
can't pay dock me.
I can if I pretend. Do it.
Anyways. So basically the way loot works now, it isn't just this is a weapon, this is a Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, and like it, or this is a ship part and it's just this is the ship part. Now every single thing can have, as you can see in the pictures there, they can have modifiers on them as well as upgrades where you can change how those modifiers work. For instance, you see the black lines there beside the blue on the modifiers. You can upgrade it and you actually pick which one of those lines you go with. Like you can put more points into the one stat. You can put more into the reactor capacity. You can put more points into that when you level it up. You can put more points into the other thing. You notice it says custom modules because it sounds like they are going to add the ability for you to actually more customize these as opposed to just random loot. So this isn't just for weapons. This is every piece of gear now has this, which means there is always a reason to loot ships. Because you might find better stuff. It's no longer, oh, I have all the modules now, so I have no reason to loot those big enemy dreadnoughts or whatever. Along with that, now instead of just having like the ingots, now there's different tiers of ingots, like blue, like they're color coded. It's just common, rare, whatnot. It's the usual thing. But you can upgrade commons into rares and whatnot, so you can just upgrade your way to higher tier stuff if you need to. So that's the complete rework of the loot system, and it actually is significantly better. Any gear you had on you, basically, like if you were running around with like a Mark III weapon, like they changed it and they upgraded it to fit into this new system, as well as they've introduced a blueprint system. So blueprints work. Every single weapon, you have 4 weapon blueprints. You have 4 of every kind of ship component blueprints. So you have 4 engine blueprints, 4 weapon blueprints, as you can see here in that screenshot. So basically, you can save different blueprints that you want. You can replace them, whatnot. But the big part here is you can now bring your blueprints into another player's game. So if I have a better weapon than you do on your ship, I can bring my weapon and put it onto your ship if you want. You can disable people doing that.
You can share with your friends.
Yes, you can actually share your upgraded stuff.
This is actually a really good change.
There's also the latest update, the update before added in melee weapons, and melee weapons feel awesome. They improved the feel overall of ground and space combat. It feels a lot better. Fighters, when you fight them, feel like fighters. They're a lot maneuverable. They'll actually try to swarm you. So overall, the combat as a whole had a bit of a rework and just feels better. In regards to the ship and life support system, so ships now actually have proper shields. They still have shield batteries, which basically they can get damaged, and now the ship won't fully recover its shield because it's still done in chunks. But you actually have shields for the ship. You no longer just have a thing you drop in the core to repair the ship. You actually have to go around and repair hull breaches and stuff to heal the ship. It is a massive overhaul. Yeah, reworked ship crew life systems. I don't know what the ship life system, the crew. So you have limited respawns now.
Okay, makes sense.
The
You could
ship
just die
life
infinitely
system,
before.
as far as I'm aware, what Ghost told me, because we haven't seen it. I haven't seen it happen yet. If the ship is to die, Iris can save it a limited number of times, but you can get more uses of it throughout the mission. They revamped enemies. Enemies actually feel like they have a personality now. I've seen them actually actively trying to dodge my ranged attacks, like those guys.
My God, they've learned Halo mechanics.
They also made difficult missions actually difficult. Doing a match with Ghost, we were absolutely fucking swarmed by bots, and it was really fun.
Are we so
Also,
back,
yes,
chat?
they added some new guns. The minigun is amazing that they added as a new heavy weapon.
Chatfish, I know what we're doing for the second stream. Like beep. Boop.
Yes, jumps. The game actually feels fantastic. It's actually, I think, probably my favorite co-op game right now.
Damn, and I like the mound. You can so.
No,
much.
Mound is good, but Mound's an entirely different kind of experience.
Also, chat, I almost forgot to mention, because you're loyal to me as minions, not humans. Like, what? Yep, that's true. You're the minions from Despicable Me. You're small and yellow and you wear little pants.
So they go on saying banana?
Banana. That's unfortunate. I have a t-shirt with minions on it. I don't wear it because I don't want to be judged in public. I don't wear it. It was a gift from my mother.
So basically, what this means, Chatfish, is I'm going to start in the future another thumbnail for Jump Space.
My God. But speaking of,
because
so yesterday we offered a chance to, you know how Indio is suffering, chat. I have to interject real quickly. Indio was forced to draw Ganon Can, and he did an excellent job. It's horrific to look at. You can see it in the Discord server. It's truly an eyesore, burned into your retinas. But Indio has requested and asked that Chatfish reach a stretch goal. Now, it's the stretch goal. If we make the daily goal for tomorrow, today, which we're already $118 towards, I will allow Indio to draw something nice for a change. So it's up to you, chat, to give him his reprieve. He's asked me to ask you to please do that. If you choose not to, that is your prerogative. But I have done my duty to ask for help for Indio.
On that note, just as a reminder, Chatfish, there is 2 bounties, a max 2 on Foxnix and a personal 1 on Semper Tantrum.
That's true.
And if you want to get on the Mound thumbnail, that closes this week, at the end of the week.
Oh no. Chat, the Mound is a good game. You want to get on that one.
Hands has requested that more people join him on the Alien vs. Predator 2 thumbnail.
He's lonely on his thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because he bought it himself and no one else bought onto it. And so he's just looking at it and like, where's
the other pieces? I'm on it as well. And Boulder has a pocket. But Boulder's all alone. He's just a little pocket. He's just a little pebble right now. He's gonna have to be I'm just a pebble instead of I'm just a boulder.
Hand so ronery. Yes, indeed. He's so ronery. Will we leave him lonely, chat? Will we help hands? Helping hands could also help Indio.
It's true. You can accomplish multiple things.
I don't think chat's buying.
As Gibbs attempts to like wink at the chat, does the eyebrow thing. It's very cursed because your eyes get bigger when you do it.
I know.
So yeah, jump space, major update. Now that said, this update has seen a good bit of backlash, some of which we'll go on over in the next article. But one of the ones, the backlash I've been seeing on via reviews, kind of just makes me laugh because of how dumb people are.
Okay.
Jump Space Chatfish is an early access game.
So this one.
Early access games, you will lose progress in sometimes because it's early access, it's in development. The other thing people are complaining about is there's three things. There's loss of what they consider progress, which this is kind of covering, as well as they don't necessarily like that this is covering that. The last one is people are complaining about the game becoming harder on higher difficulties. Now, for anyone who played Jump Space in the past, the higher difficulties were not that hard. It was pretty easy to solo or two-man the
This
highest
is still
difficulty.
a difficult balance they're gonna have to do because you have to be careful because if you go too far, you know.
So having done a easier mission solo and a higher difficulty mission with two people, it feels good. Lower difficulties, you can 100% solo. They're not hard. They're about what they were. Higher difficulties, which were really easy, now actually are challenging.
Is Champa glaze jumping?
No.
Curious.
I'm saying that I think the rebalance, in my opinion, is good because now the high difficulties actually feel like they are high difficulty.
Curious, Chatfish.
Now the other thing this update is addressing. No, I completely understand people's their complaints about the progression thing.
Champa.
Read it, Gibbs.
What? Oh. I was trying to make accusations at you. Hello, Tyrans. After we rolled out the weapons update, we received a lot of pushback on how we handled the conversion of old Mark III components to the new rarity system. And a lot of you were not informed or ready for your Mark IIIs to get returned into refined/rare component equivalents. We did not implement sufficient information or disclaimers about this in time for the update. Regardless, we now released a patch that adds this one-time ingot compensation chest to all players' hangar. Sorry we took your marks. Okay, that's kind of cute. Come on.
So this literally just happened today. So basically what's happening here is you're getting a huge influx based on what you had previously ingots, so anything that you have now you can immediately get back up to the tier it was. More or less.
That's cute.
But yeah. Basically, there's a reason to play the game after you've unlocked all the things. Now, because before, once you've unlocked a component, there was no reason to ever loot again. Because you couldn't there wasn't any other version of the components, but now there is. Harmless Rats donates $30 for AVP Thummy. Thank you very much for your generous donation, Harmless Rats.
Oh my gosh. Hands is so ronery, so very ronery.
Now he has a rat.
Now he's got a friend with him on the thumbnail. That was very generous. Thank you very much. And that gets us a little closer to the daily goal, Indio. It looks like you might have to draw something nice for a change. Maybe.
I saw him in chat say, he's like, if chat won't fund it, I'll just draw for myself.
Oh, no,
then.
you won't. No, if chat doesn't fund it, you ain't drawing shit, boy. You ain't drawing shit.
So, yeah. Basically, major update. Drastically makes the game feel better. Enemy difficulty increase is actually good. If you have an issue with high difficulty, just play on a lower difficulty.
Are you telling me to get good?
I'm telling you, just like in Helldivers, Kibbs. If you're struggling on difficulty 10, maybe just don't play on difficulty 10.
Hold on. In the case of difficulty 10, struggling, it was because it was poorly balanced with the Vox engines.
Yes.
And Chatfish were dragging me down.
Issues.
Let's be real, chat. You were getting yourselves killed. Come on. We've had those games on Helldivers 2, chat.
But
Let's talk about
they
the
could-
big bucket in the room. The big bucket in the room is some chatfish aren't very good at Helldivers 2, and that's okay. But you just need to say, Kib, I would like to go down a difficulty. And there's no shame in that. And we can turn it down just a notch so when you play that we play on a difficulty you can actually be comfortable with. Don't force yourself to do Super Helldive because Kibbs does it. Play on a difficulty you're comfortable with.
I hope you have a good vacation, Harmless Rats.
Yep, have a good
Because I
vacation.
won't be around to see streams for a while. Vacation starts next week. I'm going to a cabin with my dad.
Cool. I wish I could go to a cabin. Lucky git. I don't have days off though, so I can't do that.
Every time you say "get," I'm reminded of a British translation of a manga
Under the
panel.
wheels we go, huh? The bucket rushes him. He's like, damn.
I demand
right.
difficulty 11, says Leva Commander.
I demand that they add more things and make less.
Specifically, by the way, in regards to this game's difficulty, higher difficulty means more enemies, potentially, more aggressive enemies.
Yeah, this game is actually pretty cool. Jump Space, we played it a little bit earlier, but the big issue it had is that the disconnect thing was a problem. That was a huge issue, to be honest. If somebody DC'd, they would have to just sit there and twiddle their thumbs, which sucked balls. That, and it just really needed more refinement and adding. So it's good to see the Jump Space devs are doing a good job adding stuff. It's unfortunate to see that they still have made a heinous mistake. They haven't added different types of pizza. Still, you can only get pineapple pizza. An abomination against God. We should be able to build custom pizza. Custom pizza minigame. Add it.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't think they're going to. I'm pretty sure they are pineapple pizza supremacists.
No. Like I'm not even gonna ask for my favorite. I'll just ask for pepperoni. Just a pepperoni pizza. Not just a pepperoni. Don't like pineapple.
Alright, chat. When Gibbs plays this, we have to make him do melee only.
$10 billion. It's like, that's a what
melee
a
only is actually amazing, Gibbs.
Your mom's amazing. He's like, well, thank you. Or what?
Grok, is this true? Asked Kevin Root.
Potentially. Next. There's something really cool. So some footage has been coming out from Star Wars Galactic Racer, which looks really cool. Now, if you know anything about Star Wars Galactic Racer, it's got a dumb name. But it should be Burnout, is what it should be called. This game is basically made up.
They probably can't.
They can't call it that because EA owns that. But the developers who are working on Star Wars Galactic Racers, quite a few of these guys are actually the Burnout developers. And so they're working on this racing game, which is basically Star Wars Pod Racer, but it's going to be like Burnout. I'm going to show you some footage, a couple of pieces of footage I found from some recent stuff they've been showing off because they're excited about their video game. This one is just showing you how to prime your vehicle when you get ready. So this is for example, before the race starts, there's this sequence where you have to basically turn on your shields, turn on the vehicle, and so here I'll show it to you. Sort of like Helldivers, we gotta press the buttons. And you gotta rev it and time it.
As a reminder, Chatfish, you can still get on the Star Wars Galactic Racer thumbnail.
It looks pretty cool, though. Burnout, you say? I know. That's why I'm excited. Because
that is such a derpy-looking vehicle.
It is. Alright, next piece of footage. Next! Here we have some more gameplay footage. So this is somebody using the Pod Racer because the Galactic Racer isn't called Pod Racer because it has speeders, it has Pod Racers, and I believe one other type of craft, if I remember right. I can't remember the name of it.
Bikes.
Oh.
Oh, you said speeders, right?
Someone's playing as our favorite character.
Who just kills everybody. I'm disappointed we haven't seen a cheat before the race starts minigame.
Sabotaging other racers' vehicles. But it looks actually pretty good. And they do the classic burnout camera.
Pod racers, future chariots.
It looks pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie.
It does. I appreciate that he just tapped the wall and exploded. Kim's is gonna die a lot.
I mean, that guy just exploded.
Beautiful.
I do like that they got the ramming there.
Will there be a GTA 6 fund if force comes to pay $100 for the full game?
You have to buy me a console, bitch.
It's also it's only
You
on
have to
console
buy me a
initially.
If somebody wants to
only
do
on
that,
Sony
they
or
can,
something
but
as
they'd
well?
be retarded. I don't know. I don't even look at it. Fuck it.
That means you're gonna have to do a perfect race, Kibbs, without touching walls.
Just goes flying. But yeah, looks pretty interesting. Looks pretty good.
Close enough. Welcome back, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Close on. Oh my god. Next up we have is a beautiful article. Valve is
Second slimiest person.
irresponsible to force AI disclosures on Steam, Epic CEO says, while Unreal Engine 6 doubles down on AI. Yes. How dare Valve make developers tell you what they did to make their game, whether you might find it like something that you don't like. How dare Valve make developers tell you what like specs you need? How dare Valve had forums for people to leave feedback to developers? How dare Valve let players review the game? That's how dare they? How dare they do that? How absolutely dare they?
This just hurts the people making the game, the developer, don't you know?
This little fucking subhuman trash doesn't know.
The second greasiest person we know.
The fuck, it's just so sad. Frederick Hennestad's been a member for 26 months as a loyal bucket fish and says, Lego Star Wars Episode 1, Chapter 4 looks strange now. Yes, way too high poly if you ask me.
Has Gaben or Valve ever responded to any of Sweetie's statements?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they've. I'm pretty sure they don't even know he exists.
What's funny is, like, you know what's funny about this whole thing, right? Tim Sweeney says all this because he can't sell his own product. Nobody likes Epic, so he has to lash out at Valve, because the reason is so that by mentioning popular thing, it keeps you relevant. It's how you tell if there's like a really bad like YouTuber or something like that. Like, for example, if I was a really bad KibTuber, I'd be like every 5 seconds I'd say insert yubnub meme. Yubnub, yubnub. Yubnub, this big yubnubber. This big yubnubber, big yubnubber. And I would just keep doing that. Over and over and over again. It's the sign of somebody who can't sell themselves and who is weak. And has no charisma. Big yubnubber. Big company, big company, big company, this other big company, rival, big company. It's like, okay. What about you? What do you have? Big company rival? Okay, that's what I thought. You don't have anything. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and sit in the corner. Shut the fuck up.
Valve's a monopoly because we can't force people to use ours.
Valve, 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 Valve. Like, that's all he does. He just cries Valve. The little boy who cries Valve. Valve.
You got Gaben just on his yacht playing on a sandcastle while Tim Sweeney on shoreline is pointing and screaming at the yacht.
Ah! Meanwhile,
Gaben
like,
unaware.
Gaben lifts up the little plastic castle thing and then sees the little castle shape of like the the little
And he
ridges.
just marvelous.
And he's like, beautiful. God damn it, YouTube.
Just the little Tim Sweeney in the background.
Like when it like pans into Gaben's face, it does that sheen on his glasses. You can't see his eyes. Beautiful. Viking Kiwi spotted in chat. Rip his fins off, chat. He's like, eh. Good.
Yes, we can't swim away anymore.
You can just float there. Whoa. But yes, Valve is irresponsible. I don't even know if I want to read this. Like, I think that says everything there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like,
I don't think we're gonna get anything of substance from the article.
I'm sorry, but I've read enough Tim Sweeney bullshit to know it's always the same. He just says the same shit. So to get back to the article without like pissing around too much, Tim Sweeney basically is trying to say that because Valve posts makes game developers tell you whether they use AI in their game or not, makes them bad people, bad company. Like, they shouldn't have to do that. Bad company. But it's like, honesty and transparency is important. If a developer uses AI, I want to know about it because I fucking hate AI. It's just trash. I don't want to play games with AI in it. I just don't like it. Like, there are a couple games I have that have AI in it that I wish they didn't have it. Galciv 4, I like Galactic Civilization quite a bit, has a bit of AI in it. I don't like it. But they've been slowly adding more custom art to it, and they've been taking criticism in stride and replacing it. Sins of Solar Empire 2, same game. Sins of Empire 2, love that game. Has a lot of AI in it, but they're replacing it with actually handmade art. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just don't like AI art. If you like it, good for you. I don't. I don't want it in my games. I just don't want it. I don't hate AI. Just don't like them. I just don't want AI in my video games. Like, if Night Motorcyclist wants to make an AI meme, go for it. If you want to do that, no problem. But when I buy a game, when I open up my wallet and I slap my credit card against my computer, because that's how that works, I don't want to give money to a studio that isn't giving me their all. I don't want AI. I want handmade game. You know what I mean? I think it's a simple desire, simple urge. Just like, curious. They're all pondering. The ponderous chatfishes, pondering the chat cube. Also, to go back, because some of you just arrived and you missed the beginning article, we did talk about the Gabe Cube, and I will cover it one more time. But basically, the prices were released. It's $1,049 or $1,049 for a 512 gigabyte version of the Gabe Cube, and the 2 terabyte is 1.4K. If you want it with a controller, but otherwise 1.3K for that. So there's the prices. I'm not too surprised. I don't think any of you are surprised from our previous streams when we covered this. We all kind of knew data centers were going to affect the pricing of things, and considering it looks like data centers have indeed affected the price of this. But at the same time, it's not terrible for what's on the offering. It comes with a CPU, has a semi-custom AMD Zen 4 6C. I'm not familiar with AMD hardware that much, but from what people tell me about AMD stuff, it's pretty decent. But for me as a kid, I look at it and I drool. GPU, semi-custom AMD RDNA 3, 28 CUs for the GPU, 16 gigabyte DDR5 plus 8 gigabyte DDR6 VRAM, and then has 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD for fast loading and stuff like that. A micro SD card slot is also there. Wi-Fi capable, 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, gigabyte Ethernet, so super speedy. Integrated Steam controller for wireless adapter, so it works with the Steam controller very nicely, so that'll pair quite nice. And then it has a small form factor 6-inch cube. This is basically like an entry-level gaming PC is what it is.
And SteamOS 3, so the latest version of SteamOS.
Yep. The entire purpose of this thing was never to be the new great like gaming monster. This is supposed to be an attempt at creating an economic gaming PC for people to buy. A simple plug and play platform is the concept here, right? You can buy it, you plug it in, you download video games onto it from Steam that you bought, and then you play it. And that's how it's supposed to work. It's also a tiny little 6-inch cube, so you can wrap it up, put it in a little bag, put the cords and cables in there, and you can take it on the go with you. The entire principle of this thing is being compact and portable.
Zuja says, barely some Valve reps said around about where it was supposed to be a few $100 cheaper. They've been very transparent as to having issues acquiring hardware and prices. Like, they've been very transparent with the prices going to go up with this, and that it was intended to be cheaper.
Keeps you sound paranoid. What? Do I sound paranoid to you, Chumpa?
Always.
Dang.
Hennestet says 6 inches is massive, not small. He's right, you know.
6 inches massive, not small. Oh, okay, I get you. Yeah, it's big. He's like,
Huge even.
Boone starts crying. People crying about the price are disconnected to how expensive PC parts have become. Yes, they are. I'm surprised it's this cheap.
What's funny is literally right before the Steam machine came out, like the price, there's the same people were complaining about RAM price and everything. And then this comes like, why is it so expensive? It's like you literally were just complaining about why these parts are expensive.
You want to know why it's expensive? Let me sit you on my lap and let's talk about AI data centers for 5 minutes. All right, or like an hour. AI data centers are the sole reason as to why PC parts and components are becoming more expensive. These data centers buy a shit ton of RAM, a shit ton of hardware, and that's why we don't have any. Because they're buying all the hardware and all of it's spoken for. So you as the consumer don't get a say because the data center already took your RAM. They took your RAM. They took your GPU.
Yep. Nightmare Cycles is saying some tech reviews are belly aching about the single RAM stick inside. So I saw about that. So once again, they are having massive issues acquiring RAM. So some Steam machines only have a single RAM stick in them, and some have 2. It's still equivalent. It's still the same amount total. So it's still 16 gigs, but sometimes it's 2 8s, and sometimes it's a single 16 stick.
Oh, speaking of, the Steam machine's already sold out, by the way.
Yes, people are buying it like crazy.
Like I said,
because ultimately it's still a nice little entry. Like
it's an entry gaming PC. It's hyper portable.
It's a portable
bring
PC.
It where you want. It's pretty much what everybody was looking for. And honestly, if I had to say, like, should I buy an Xbox One or a Steam machine? Well, I'm gonna wait before I make my final recommendation because I don't own one myself. But if I had to wager a guess, and this is a guess, the Steam machine's going to be ultimately more worthwhile, even though it's going to have that Steam OS thing that's going to be a little annoying.
It'll be cheaper in the long run, too, because you don't have to pay for online.
You don't have to pay for online. And also, if it's running Steam OS, we already know Steam OS can run emulators and stuff like that, meaning your library potential is like 10 times the size of what it could be. Like, if you can play PS1 and PS2 games on this thing, then you can literally, you have a greater library than the modern PlayStation.
Steam machine is cute, but I want my Steam controller. Yeah, that's also gone off in price. If you want to click on the Steam controller, Gibbs, at the top.
Your games at your fingertips. It's only $100. That's about what it was.
It was a bit cheaper. I
don't think so.
Initially.
The thing's got like a bunch of haptic motors, and also it's got those magnets in it, so I'm not surprised it's $100. This thing is for a controller.
Wasn't this over $100 a bit ago?
No, I think at 99 is what it's been. Don't think the price has changed, but I don't remember. Either way, the Steam controller is something that I really would want to try because like it looks really good, but I don't have
that hurts.
for that. So
what it says right below reserve now.
Estimated order availability 2027. Apparently they sound like hotcakes. Must be pretty good. And the fact that the demand is still there. I mean, we're also like over halfway through this year, so it's not too surprising. But yes.
Still, that's bare minimum, 6 months out.
How about the other machines? Is the Steam frame out of order?
VR's not. VR's
it's cute,
kind of big, but not huge. I didn't see it buy. I think this isn't out yet, Gibbs.
Oh, I'm looking at something that's not. I thought
this is the newest thing. Well, they had the Steam thing a while ago, but that's the new one.
They do have Steam Decks available.
Steam Deck's cute.
Steam Deck is really cool. I think these are going to be super useful for adults, especially for men that have families. The Gabe Cube also probably. Like a family man, I think these are going to have some value with. Because they can still participate in gaming, but they have the portability. And they can also...
I use my Steam Deck basically as what the Steam machine is. I use it as a little mobile computer that I took up a monitor to.
I have no idea what Spider Pig is talking about.
I think he's way behind.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about Houston, Texas. You mentioned Houston, Texas before.
Some Chatfish mentioned... Tell him to, like, press the live button, because he's talking in the past, and I can't Like if I've said something ages ago, like I can't really talk about it now because I've moved on. I've moved on with my life. The planet has spun a little bit further. Whoa.
Start spinning backwards.
We're all dead if that happens.
Oh well, yeah, the force of the air moving alone with the rotation stop would just
Shit,
kill everything.
Spider Pig's in the back. He's like, what happened here? What?
Welcome to the stream, Gruncha Buncha.
Crunchy Bunchy. Crunch a bunch of candy. He still won't eat Crunch a Buncha. He's still fighting back. So yeah, Tim Sweeney, he's a loser. No one's surprised. I don't like generative
Almost
AI.
as greasy as Fuzzy.
I don't like AI in general in game making, and I think while it does have a place, I don't think it's in game making. I think entertainment should actually require muscle. It should require work. You should put the work in. You shouldn't be a lazy piece of shit, and you should do your job. That's my opinion. Next. Netflix's Gears of War adaptation will tell origins of Delta Squad. Well, I hate to break it to you, but Delta Squad's origins are already kind of explained, because Delta Squad didn't exist before Gears of War 1. Delta Squad was made in Gears of War 1, not in E-Day, not in the
Time to
Pendulum Wars.
retcon everything.
Delta Squad was formed post E-Day, like 15 years after E-Day. Like,
Are you ready, Kibbs, for the Gears of War version of the Halo TV show?
I don't care. I just don't care. Like, the TV shows and movies are, for whatever reason, the directors of these are never in touch. But yeah, because as far as I'm aware, Delta Squad does not exist before Gears of War 1.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, because Delta Squad is literally put together post.
Yeah, Marcus meets
Liberating
Cole for the
Marcus.
first time in Gears 1. Same with Baird.
Yeah, Baird and Cole he didn't even meet. And technically, Marcus wasn't even in charge of Delta. It was actually Kim. Kim was the squad lead. But Kim gets taken out by Rom. And then Marcus gets promoted.
Mom
Battlefield
does.
promotion.
Can't wait for Marcus Cheeks.
Oh my god, they have a shower scene showing up his cheeks.
Well, of course they will. It's gonna just be the Halo live action series, but you know, Gears of War now.
It's like, oh, I gotta go find Quan.
The Locusts are actually
fuck
good
is
guys,
Quan?
Kibbs.
Who the fuck is Quan? Travis, how do you feel about this? Oh, Spurgeon.
They're gonna get Ellen DeGeneres to play Marcus Phoenix. Damn.
Isn't she like in a different country because of her crimes? Didn't she flee the United States or something? Isn't she like a bad person? I don't know.
Bad person, yes.
She's a bad human
I don't know
being.
about what else you're saying.
I thought Ellen DeGeneres or whatever the fuck, or Degeneracy or whatever.
Elliot Page.
I thought
says
she
my red
fled the
list.
United States of America because she's like a Nazi or something.
The UK, yeah, she's in the UK because of TDS.
So she joined she became a Nazi. She's like, what did about Nazi? Yep, Nazi. Nazis. All I see are Nazis.
They might make Marcus a scrawny man who needs Simon Conti. Marcus is black now. I'm calling it. It's Netflix.
No, they're gonna make Baird black. See, no, they never do it. They can't do it with like somebody well known. But then again, they did it with Captain Keys in the Halo TV show, where it's like Captain Keys was black, had a black daughter, and it was like what? And Miranda Keys was like,
Mamu's not blackfilling. He says, what if they get a bunch of roided people to play in the Gears show?
then it would be maybe good.
That would be amazing.
Even if they fuck up the lore and be like, Delta Squad was always a thing. It's like, no, well, not really, but all right. It's like, Delta. But yes.
Marcus will be a gay black trans dwarf.
It's so dumb.
It's beautiful. He'll be in a wheelchair, too.
See, I don't see John Cena as a man. I see him as something less.
As being chilling?
I see him as eats ice cream and like sucking like trying
And then speaking in Mandarin about how Taiwan's not real.
like apologizing. Like that's all I hear. Like I don't see John Cena as masculine or strong. I see him as kind of
Catfish,
like
are you excited for
a
the naked
beta.
shower scene where that turns into an orgy in Gears of War?
Being a alpha Giga Chad male isn't about muscle mass. It's about the strength of will, chat. It's about prinkables. Check Prinky pose.
Prinkables. It's about Pringles.
It's about your Pringles, chat. And John Cena's Pringles
It's
weren't very
about
strong.
how you make use of your Pringles can.
His Pringles was very delicate. His Pringles was very.
You don't see John Cena, Kibbs. That's the point. He's invisible.
Remember, The Rock isn't roided anymore. He's become weak. He's become. That's why they got to get new guys. We can't just keep using the same actors. They're all old dinosaurs now.
No, you're all wrong.
We're gonna go get Arnold or
You
something.
all know who it's gonna be. Zendaya's gonna be
No.
whatever her name is, the radio person.
No, she's gonna be Maria. That way I can laugh as Dom blows her brains out.
No, won't be Maria. Maria will be. If it is Maria, Maria's gonna actually be strong, independent.
Dom, quit being a little soy jack. He's like, Maria.
And Marcus is gonna be Pedro.
Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal's like voice work isn't terrible, but his face game is real not there. He's like, it's just not there. He just looks like a potato. He looks like a potato with a crooked nose. He looks like a potato. He's got potato head syndrome.
Get the Rock, so he ruins it by making everything about himself. I was supposed to live.
I was supposed to live. My God. I would love for the Gears TV show to be good, but here's the issue.
It's Netflix.
I don't like Netflix, and Netflix has a tendency to fuck up everything they touch. But I am hopeful for the
We
Gears
took everything and made it black.
but I do not have that same hope echoed for the TV show. Nor do I have for any modern Gears property stuff. For like, Maria takes his place on Delta. We gotta find my husband Dom. My husband Dom. We find Dom, and Dom's like fucking like, oh, they violated me. Oh, it's like, what the fuck? What's happening?
They took my Pringles can.
My Pringles. With it, and Marcus says, it's about Pringles. It's about...
Product placement.
And he just like tears the lid off the Pringles can and like leans back, his roided neck like bulging, and like you can see like bulges as like big gulps of Pringles go down his neck into his like esophagus or whatever.
Have we just made Gears better, Chatfish?
Chad's like, is this just a Pringles commercial? And he's
Give
obviously
him a
eating
Pringles day.
sour cream Pringles because he's a man of culture.
No. Pizza.
No. Sour cream and onion. You're pizza. We just replace that meme of the two fat guys fighting over women about being thoughts with Kib and Champa, where it's like
It's Pringles.
it's about
flavors.
Pringles, and sour cream is the good one, and the bad one's the pizza one.
That makes sense. The pizza one has red dust on it, so
It's evil. Gears of War, Pringles Day. Like the ground bursts up, and instead of a grub coming out, it's just a giant Pringles can. Oh my God.
Pods to mine down are just Pringle cans.
They're the little tiny Pringles you could buy. Oh, back in the 2000s, remember there was those little Pringles containers, and they were shaped like Pringles. They were plastic. Kids could get them, and they had like little tinfoil tops that you tear open to get the Pringles out. Yes.
Just turns into the end of the World War Z movie and have it just be product placement.
It's just like I said, that scene where he grabs the Pringles thing and tears out the lid. It's the same scene. He's
That's the source of their power. Pringles roid flavor.
just like the spinach from fucking Popeyes. Was a product placement for spinach. This case,
That's because there was an abundance of spinach and they needed to get people eating it.
they need to get people eating it. This is because we have an abundance of Pringles cans. We got to get rid of them.
Same thing with carrots.
Yeah, I know. They're good for your eyes. Did you know that fighter pilots in Britain would eat Pringles?
My favorite thing about the good for your eyes is
Nazis.
a comic of a man telling another man, "Carrots are good for your eyes." He takes the carrots, stabs him in the eyes.
You
and
lied
just-
to me.
You lied to me.
You lied. Chatfish, how do you feel about this Pringles arc? Half of them are dead.
Chatfish are fighting over flavors.
Oh my god, are they actually fighting over flavors? I like the ranch and the spicy flavors. They still have those, Gabe. Oh my god, they do? I did not know that. I did not the little kid ones. I remember getting them in elementary. And you tear off the little lid and then there'd be little
Your
Pringies
magazines for the
inside.
Lancers and out the tiny Pringle cans.
This is dumb. I hate this. But I think we fixed Gears of
You
War.
should-
I think Gears 6 is
Gears of
fixed.
War just needs more product placement, specifically Pringles.
Like Pringles. Like if they just get Pringles to sign off on it, we'd be golden. We could be so back. We could be so...
Their masks, oh my god, the helmets that have like vaguely skull shaped. It's just the
It's got the
Pringles
Pringles
face.
mustache, you know, on Carmine's fucking thing. On his helmet. Like the mustache.
It's
Oh,
beautiful.
It's beautiful. The Grub have lays. Yeah. Gotta get our competition in there. The
Monster Energy and Pringles, says Nightmare Cyclist.
Monster Energy makes me
What a
hard.
rancid combination that would be.
Pringles and Monster not necessarily go hand in hand. Pringles and Brisk Tea, on the other hand.
Nah,
Pringles
Coke
and
goes with
Brisk-
everything.
Brisk Tea is very basic. It's like Lipton tea, but cheaper. It's like, what? Start screaming. All right, chat. Potato
Yeah.
chips aside, and Pringles, because Pringles aren't potato chips.
No, they're made of potato.
Are they actually? I thought they had to legally
Yes.
change that.
No, the last time I had them, it literally is one of the first ingredients is potatoes.
Potatoes. Is it called a potato chip? Google it.
Pretty sure.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Oh my god. Here,
Google.
show Chatfish.
Are Pringles potato chips? Pringles aren't actually potato chips. I knew it. Pringles are classified as potato crisps rather than traditional chips because they are made from a dough of dehydrated potato flakes and starches rather than thin whole slices of raw potatoes. The FDA regulates them as crisps. My God!
According to the AI overview, Pringles are not a healthy snack.
Pringles, you lied to me! Why is it not healthy? It's because they got potatoes in them?
Because it's heavily processed.
Because it's heavily processed? To the point where the potato's almost gone?
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. So it's potato bread. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, whoa. So, chat, did you learn stuff on the Bickering bunch today? Like, yeah, Gabe Cube is neat and Pringles.
Fries are also not potatoes, says Stone Age.
Also, Chatfish, as a reminder, if we make the weekly goal, I will do a, god damn it, a cooking with Kibs thing. I was going to do a Celeste smoothie and call it a Saludi recipe. I was writing lore for it and everything. I even made up several different plants that make the fruit that would need to be in it. You're welcome, chat. It's like, wow, he just writes stuff sometimes. That's true, I do sometimes. All right. Next subject. Micron CEO expects RAM shortage to last through 2027. Start to ease in 2028. My God. You know what this reminds me of? The war will be over before Squeckmas. And then, like, the next Squeckmas, like, fuck, we're going to be fighting for a while, boys. Like, this is it. It's never going to get better, chat bros. Shut up, Kiwi. You're still a slave to me. He's like, whoa. He has a leash around him. He just looks at me like, whoa, master, peace. Carry me. What? Here's what you need to run Halo campaign evolved on. Did I read what the Micron thing? I feel like I didn't even mention it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah. I said what I thought. Yeah. There was not a lot much more to say. Like, things aren't going to be good. The more data centers there are, the longer it'll take for anything to be made. The worse things will be for everybody else. That's the reality. Because AI data centers aren't for you. They're for the Indians. And I'm not even joking, by the way. That's actually factual. It's because third worlders use AI data centers more than anyone in the West does. How does that make you feel, chat? They use it to make goon things. You know what they do? And I've seen it done, by the way, on Twitter. They take a picture of a girl, and then they show up a pose or like a nude thing, and they're like, make this girl that thing, and then they goon to it.
Put boobs on it. Take off her clothes, Grok.
Take off her clothes, look. Like,
Show me boobs in vagina, Grok.
like that's what AI data centers are being used for. It's not being used for anything but Indian gooning. Like the percentage is ridiculous. It's like 90 billion% India, and like 1% like maybe
Jano
something
says,
else.
I believe in AI generated black history with every fiber of my being. That's true. It's also used a lot to generate blatantly fake
Fake
like
images. Oh yes.
bullshit and
Oh god, the We
history.
Was Kings people. So you know the We Was Kings guys, right? Where it's a group of like African American people who are so obsessed with like their heritage to the point where they're like using AI to make thousands of pictures generating things that never happened.
You know what my favorite one is?
What?
The claim that before black people were enslaved, they were literally magical fairy people that had wings, and black people enslaved and ripped off their wings.
What the fuck?
I'm not kidding. That's an actual
What the
claim,
fuck are you
kids.
talking about, Jesse? What the fuck are you talking? Jeffish, help me.
There might be more AI generated black history than written black history. I mean, that's just probably true
That's
for
factual.
history in general.
All hail Jacob, our creator, says Frederick. So, like I said, AI data centers, everybody.
Hand says 30% actual useful AI stuff, 70% bullshit AI stuff. I don't believe the 30% on that. I'd say it's probably closer to like 15.
Yeah, considering that most AI usage we know comes from third world nations, and it's for gooning,
Mostly India.
and a huge percentage of it's just like people
Bring
gooning
back
all
when
the time.
India and China was just quarantined from the general internet.
It was a general good time. Like I think if there
I
was
like it better when it was just mostly the US and Japan.
there was U.S., Japan, Europe, and like occasionally you'd have some Slav dudes like squatting in the corner of the internet, like oh, and like little Russians, and they're doing their little things in there because they've been around too, but they didn't been around for long yet. They're little ruskies. Whoa.
Well, funny you mentioned that, Kiwi. Apparently they actually have gone below replacement level in India.
So they have in
That's
China
reproductive.
too, if I'm right.
Yeah, so their population is starting to decline numbers wise.
Well, yeah, that's because again, a lot of these graphs when these so not to go into a history lesson real quickly about population graphs, but most people, and especially in China, the person in charge of doing like the population graph that was like selected to keep track of it was like a technician or something. And so when he looked at the graph, he's like, oh, well, because it's going up, it's going to have to go up because there's more people. And because more people, it's going to naturally go up. Not factoring for the fact that population booms historically happen after a war and will historically go down after said war. And that's why they did that one child policy, and that's why their population's
Which
falling.
has actually ruined, and the Chinese people genetically are dying off.
Well, I mean, economically speaking, China will not be a nation in like a decade, or like what?
China
2
will grow
decades.
larger.
China will have no economy, but China will have no... because as the working age people get older and move to the senile where they need to be supported, they will outnumber the amount of working age people. And that's become a problem. That's become
Also,
a problem in Japan. And you can see this reflected in society when they make certain machines, like vending machines for like burgers and basic food and stuff and like clothes. That exists because there's a problem where there's a deficit of working class young people not available to do those roles, and so machines are substituting. Also, welcome, Stream Mamu.
Hola, senor.
It's our favorite electrician. So beep, boop, beep.
He's prepping for his Netflix role. He's no longer speaking English.
He's prepping for his Netflix role.
Wouldn't I be like speaking like Farsi and like Hindu or something?
Actually, no. No. You would still speak Spanish, but it'd only be every like random word, like every couple of words within your sentence would be Spanish.
You're right.
Like how you do it as a
Yeah, it'd be weird words that no one actually puts into conversation.
yeah.
It's Ghost. It's Master Morty. What are you talking about? God damn it,
Jeffish.
Jeffish.
There
Yeah,
are
now we have
choices.
we have Master Morty, we have Master Ghosty, now we've got Master Casty.
It's
There are
just,
places in the Discord that only certain people can see, and Kibbs tried to tag multiple people, and he just tagged Ghost repeatedly.
God damn it.
He did.
Oh, that's so dumb. I should
That
dock
was
it.
pretty great.
I should dock it. She's like,
I don't think you can afford to dock my pay.
grows a neck, becomes a face. Like,
So
what?
Kim's actually no, that's a good point. It doesn't have a neck.
True. Aerith doesn't have a neck. She's become shoulder and head.
She
Head
only
and-
uses head and shoulders.
Head and shoulder soap. Yep. Doesn't need anything else.
Oh god, it's evolution. It's just product placement for fucking everything comes back to product placement.
Now, where's those Pringles? How can we fit that in there?
I'll get Bon on the horn. We need a
Bon.
Pringles
Wait,
can.
can I have Aerith coming out of a Pringles can? Like it's just
No, you have to
opens.
make your own bucket.
Replace the
version of
buckets
it.
with Pringle can.
Chatfishes look down and they see their like buckets. Like, oh, they're awfully tall.
It just
and
like
narrow.
shrinking.
Wait a minute. Does that say sour cream and onion on the side?
Starts vomiting.
Sour cream and onion only belongs in a PB&J sandwich. If you eat
What?
them raw, then you're a woman, and I hate you.
Mamu will be impregnated by 1,000 Somalis. Come to Minnesota.
Notice how he immediately goes to the Somalians for defense, Chatfish. What did Kibbs mean by this? Is he a true Minnesota?
To come to Minnesota, you have to survive them because they surround the airport.
You have to become a statistic.
You will become another body floating down the Mississippi. You'll get back south eventually. Blip, 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 blip. The Mississippi starts here, and that's where all the bodies come from.
That's beautiful.
That explains all the black people in the water.
But
Why are you the wizard outfit?
I don't know.
because he was playing Skatari yesterday.
Yeah, it has a shocky thing on it. I
No.
could take it off and become normal gremlin. Should I woo?
You should become Chinese. It fits the topic of what we're discussing.
Are we really talking about China? Think about it.
Always.
Hey, look-
Sniper Commando with the fucking metal chair from the top rope says we must also nuke Somalia.
The kid lives there.
No, he lives in New Somalia.
They look at the
That's
map
worse
of the United
than
States of
Somalia.
America. It's like, why is Lake Superior twice its size? Where'd Minnesota go? Just sink.
And why is it glowing?
Look, Minnesota at every pivotal point in American history has chosen the wrong thing. Literally every time.
Hold on. We sided with the Union. We were on the right side of history that time. We won.
Did he stutter, Kibbs?
We won. We also
No,
captured
no, no,
another
no. He's
state's
right.
flag, and they're still mad about it.
There's literally
There's-
one time, and that was supporting the Union.
That's
I'm
like
sorry, my Southern bros, but you're wrong. The CSA was cringe.
that's the only time Minnesota was on the right side. And the only thing we did that was
It also
super
would have
cool.
led to an extremely weak U.S.
We did a couple things.
Well, it wouldn't have been a U.S.
Yeah, we've been fractured
fair.
series of states.
We would have become colonies of the European powers again.
Like, ooh. But yes, the benefit is that when it comes to being Minnesota, we have the bragging rights of having one of the southern
Minnesota.
states' flags, their battle standards. They keep requesting for it to return, and the only base thing my state's ever done is say no every time. Like, no, we're keeping it. We're keeping it. We won it fair and square. Your battle
We
standard
killed
is
your dudes fair and square.
we killed your dudes fair. It's our only military achievement, and by God, we're keeping it. And by God, we're keeping it. It's like, whoa.
Don't worry, I'm sure some Somalian will use the flag.
The Minnesota
Like,
regiment
Minnesota fire.
actually won the battle, surprisingly, or won its battle against one of the southern states' regiments.
Do we Europeans even want the Americans back? No, you can't have us back. You're too busy, being
Dying of
culturally
heat.
enriched.
What else do we have? We got water. There's lots of lakes and stuff. It means there's a shit ton of horseflies and mosquitoes. It sucks.
Actually, I saw a thing. Apparently, Germans really like to visit Death Valley, and apparently, a lot of Germans have died in Death Valley
What the fuck? Are they retarded?
because they don't understand how hot Death Valley is. That's just the general thing of people going to visit. Death
Anytime
Valley.
I
It's like,
talk to Europeans and they're like, "It's so hot," they give me what it is in Celsius. I convert it. I'm like, "That's nothing. What are you talking
it's
about?"
like 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the 70s either, but like,
70s is comfortable.
I keep
No,
my
it's-
house at a cool 69.
oh, Should be 50 minimum. Minimum. It needs to be cold enough for me to
Yes,
wear a sweat
apparently
jacket.
recently another group of like 5 Germans went to visit Death Valley recently, and they
They
were
just
found
all
dead.
died. The little piles of Germans. God damn. It's like, what's that? It's a
'Cause,
Just a
pile
pile of German
Apparently, there's also a group of them
skeletons.
that were going there, and they're deciding to drive through Death Valley on bikes, on motorcycles.
What the fuck?
What?
I don't think they made it.
So that's what happened to Fairman?
Oh my god, these fucking little fat bodies just sitting there dead.
For those that don't know, Death Valley has the highest recorded temperature on planet Earth, by the way.
It's the reason it has that name. It's also not
Yes.
an area I would visit because
It can melt. I believe I saw someone talk about how their trash can melted.
yeah, it's not a place I would recommend visiting personally. Like if you want to go to hot areas in the United States, like Utah's got like the Red Rockies, I think that's
Go
kind
to
of pretty.
Arizona.
Arizona's pretty with its mountains. The Mojave's pretty to look at and then leave.
Harlan says the English are born to explore the earth. We found everything. Even if we were second, we still claimed it.
Even if we were second,
My favorite thing is whenever something good comes out of the UK, it's, oh yeah, it was the British Empire did this. Whenever it's something bad, it's it's a Scottish scientist or a Welsh scientist.
Well, they're not part of the empire, are they?
It's like whenever it's something good, it's no matter where it came from in the UK, it's the British. Whenever something bad, it was a Scottish, an Irish.
He's from Yorkshire. He's not really British. It's like, God damn it.
Look, all we're saying is we need more orcs in 40k so that we can just hear Harlot talking at us.
Oh my god, I remember this meme going out of a translation of
him be sassy the
manga
entire time.
of a girl, and it's translated to British English, and she's like, I can't believe I'm attracted to a git like him.
Oh my god, what?
And it's just
We are
it's
close
all
to cold
British.
fusion, just give it time. I'm pretty sure a fusion reactor went on to American grids here. It's just not cold fusion.
Cold fusion is crazy.
Maybe Death Valley
The
said
US
it's
is
too
building.
interesting. Says Kiwi as he plans
It's
a
too
trip.
interesting.
Like his little chatfish is just dead there because he fucking.
I like Sturha's reaction to what he just typed. He's like, Google, tell me Death Valley goes up to 49C regularly during the summer. He's just concerned. Look.
Yeah, it gets hot. Maybe change it to Boring Valley. You're right. The name's too extreme. It attracts people.
Boring Valley. And then somebody goes there.
Change it to You Will Die Here Valley.
The death counts went up. What? People are like,
Look, it's like putting a red. It's like putting a red.
I'll point out
box
the name
top
doesn't matter. Remember, a man died in Nutty Putty Cave.
Fuck, that's right. It's like, where did you die? As he gets to the pearly gates, it's like Nutty Putty Cave. To hell with
Where'd you die? Hell's Anus. What?
That's actually a cave, isn't it?
I know it is.
Honestly, I don't understand cave divers, and I never will, and I think they should probably.
They want to squeeze into tight places. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I'm sharing this, Kibbs.
What are you talking about? After what you just said, and then you said that?
Look, you don't understand.
It doesn't sound good.
Once a man hits a point where he had. What the fuck is that background?
Oh, what the back? Oh, the background you see? That is a Saluthy. I thought I was pretty clever this morning. I thought I was. Chatfish didn't seem to think it was that funny, though. But at least you noticed.
I agree with this statement.
British people
What
should
this is
not be
making.
allowed to translate manga, light novels, visual novels. This is a travesty. A git like him, I absolutely don't fancy him one bit, yeah? I don't fancy him, right? Fucking
You
God.
read it the wrong way.
Oh, I don't fancy him, right? Fuck.
Yeah,
I
you
absolutely
gotta
don't
go right to
fancy him
left.
one bit, yeah? A git like him. God damn. Well, you know I'm not a weeb.
It's just an orc.
Beautiful. That's pretty good. I like this. He's running it left to right. Yep, not a weeb, see? I passed my weeb test. Start screaming. Yeah, I've undone the damage done to me by reading like several mangas.
Wreckism, says Harlot.
What do you mean? That's truths.
What do you say? Rackisms. True. Halo Studios have officially released the PC system requirements of Halo Campaign. It will launch with DLSS, FSR, and XESS on PC,
Good.
alongside low latency modes for all GPU vendors.
So it's an unoptimized mess. Yay!
Woohoo!
More AI slop for your slop.
Mm.
Very nice.
We've built so many AI data centers, you can't afford GPUs. So we're going to use AI to try to make your shitty GPU work better. It's
Not
like,
to
whoa.
pull us back to the AI schizoing, but the funny part with a lot of those AI data centers is none of them are actually going up. So these companies are just sitting on billions of dollars worth of RAM.
Oh my god, just like the forbidden RAM treasure chests, you know?
Yeah, they're just sitting on warehouses fucking full of it because there's so much pushback at the local level. For people not wanting the AI data centers going up because the first couple major ones that have gone up are causing issues with the local ecosystem.
Also rolling brownouts. Talk about a
Yes.
nightmare. Fuck.
It's like when not companies, but governments tried to mandate EVs in places that didn't have stable electrical infrastructure. It's like, all right, bro, sure. Let me slap this 50 amp bad boy in there.
Oh, what's
I'm sure that won't be a problem when you multiply it by 5 million.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think the AI data center thing, it's like, man.
Also,
Go ahead.
that's like, this is also, unfortunately, it's a blessing, but also a bad thing. It's also why space exploration is actually becoming a thing again, because they're like, well, people won't let us build it on Earth. We'll build it in space. That's the big reason Blue Origin and SpaceX are wanting to industrialize the Earth-Luna system.
All right, think about it, right? So a rocket goes up into the air, right? And then it explodes. And like billions of RAM sticks fall down to the earth. On some African village. And like a tribal warlord starts massacring the villagers to gather as many of the RAM sticks.
Like SpaceX, a couple of the other private contractors, and NASA are doing workups on putting data centers on the moon. They're trying to figure out something to help with the latency between the moon and Earth.
I know, a giant cable that connects the moon to the earth.
A big fucking cable, bro.
It just
Like, you imagine
spins around the
the AI bros in the fucking executive room, like, hear me out. A big fucking cable.
Right, but what the planet's spinning though? Yeah, but like, what if we make it so that the cable spins with it too? And they're like, what? Can you imagine looking up in the sky and seeing a giant cable coming down from the fucking moon?
That's actually the great filter.
With
It's
little
AI.
blinky lights on it so planes don't crash into it.
That won't stop planes.
Oh, we gotta send somebody up. One of the blinky lights stopped working. It's like, oh shit.
But yeah, that's why the interest to go back to the moon and all that is ramping up, is for industrialization.
Good.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
That's also why the U.S. is finally building shit tons of nuke reactors for the first time in decades.
We need to pollute the moon.
Beautiful. I mean, the moon's
What
so
if-
boring and white. Why not make it green?
What if the moon,
Brown.
what if we opened it up and found it's just full of oil?
Well, no, it's full of cheese.
It's full of
Cheese oil.
choil, if you will.
It's all canola oil up there.
It's your turn to climb the cable and restart the server. All right, you're gonna have to get a super meth head to do that job.
Search
Because
schizo
that's
up.
like the only people. No, seriously, that's like the only people they can get to climb like radio towers are fucking meth heads.
Oh god.
Because they're so tweaked out of their mind, they don't have like proper danger recognition. So they're like, yeah, sure, bro, I'll do it for $24 an hour.
God damn.
What a steal.
What a
They
stick.
probably steal some copper while they're up there.
So they can go back up there again. It's like-
No, they're so tweaked out of their mind, they don't have the time.
My god, Chaffish is just like, whoa. Alright, so the space cable will be sponsored by Pringles, I've decided. We gotta fund it somehow, Chad.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like Idiocracy, brought to you by Brondo, the Thirst Mutilator.
He's like, what?
And brought to you by Carl's Jr. Why do you say that? Because it paid me a lot of money.
All right. There has been I'll delete the memes so it's not in the way of links.
Okay.
Okay, Fuzzy posted a thing, I posted a new thing, and there was a few more things. I don't know if you grabbed them.
Hold on. Micron locks in historically high memory prices for 5 years.
They've locked it.
We already know this. Next.
Yeah.
Bergreef. We already covered it with the previous one. Bergfried.
Bergfried.
It's a build medieval castles and defend them against rival knights. Bergfried
Good night.
is a strategy featuring organic castle building and tactical siege battles. Manage your lands, plan your defense. This sounds kind of like Stronghold. Basically, the way that was
little bit.
worded.
They're trying to do the whole Manor Lord organic building thing. Without, the lack of anything Manor Lords has.
The organic building thing is the only thing Manor Lords has going for it.
Yep.
But yeah, this looks
Yeah,
kind of
this
like...
looks like Manor Lord.
Yes, my on my way.
Looks a bit like Stronghold with how they're trying to tackle this.
Mm-hmm.
Attack!
How do you put his cavalry directly? That's just poor planning right there.
Oh, why do the sound effects sound like random gunshots for some reason?
I don't know.
Because they are.
That looks
That looks
almost
cool
like... Yeah,
That's neat.
that
Yeah,
that
that
castle
looks
building
neat.
looks like Stronghold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have a good shift, Sniper Commando.
good shift,
Have a good one.
Fishy.
Above village and
I mean,
This
I'm
is a
all for
cinematic announcement trailer.
your mighty castle. Your people look
It's
to
just a
you
Chatfish.
for guidance and
Can't be.
protection.
I haven't seen any fall off the walls yet.
Build castles, towns, and watchtowers to protect the land. Rule with foresight and stratagem. Assemble carpenters, blacksmiths, and merchants.
Oh god, that'd be hell to build on. It'd kill me now.
It killed many.
Guard the roads.
My
It'd
people.
be
Defend
very defensible though.
Uphold justice by the sword. Defend your lord even unto death. And destroy the treacherous knight. When your castle and town is under siege,
Good.
let
It's a
hope
flaming boulder.
fortify your courage. Rise a knight. Rise a knight. And wish list now on Steam.
Depending on how the destructibility works for the walls, but it could be cute.
Yeah,
It looks neat.
I agree with you though. It's very Stronghold-y.
That's not
It's like a
necessarily
weird-
a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's you can definitely see what it takes inspiration from.
It looks pretty cute.
But it's going to be coming to full release, or is this going to be in early access?
Probably early access, if I had to guess.
You can request access.
It doesn't say. It's going to be early access. I think it'll be full release.
Well, it's indie published, so or self-published rather.
Good chance.
It's probably going to be early access if I had to, gamble.
Usually it says early access before the game comes out.
What's this? More stuff? Chumpa?
Viking Kiwi says I like Stronghold, so I'm interested. Yeah. I searched for Bergfried. Nice.
Chubby Chatfish. Thank you for calling me chubby.
Said no Chatfish ever.
GTA 6 also comes with sneaky little $8 a month subscription hidden in the fine print. The game better be insane. It's starting annoying.
It won't be. It'll be this decade's biggest flop in terms of what you get for your price.
Nice. 1 month GTA Plus subscription with pre-order auto renews.
Based.
Oh my god.
Fleecing
Fuck.
your customers of their money.
They're sneaking a monthly subscription into purchasing the game by default. It automatically is signing you up to it when you buy the game.
1 month of GTA Plus.
I think
All right, hear
this.
me out. I'm on the side of these megacorps now, Chatfish. Hear me out.
Change team.
Why is it just they take the name of the thing and put a plus on it? Like, yeah, that's good enough.
Because that's what megacorps do. They have no original idea. So this will probably be like, joking aside, this will probably be a mega success. Because it's
Probably.
GTA. Like the hype is through the stratosphere.
5 did very well, especially online for them.
Yes. The big thing that they're trying to push with GTA 6 is integrating like the stupid RP shit that made GTA 5 so popular.
Oh
Instead of it
boy,
having to be
GTA 6,
modding,
the ERP game.
it's going to be like available. That's the claim. We'll see. But yeah, with like normies and like people that'll play it for like an hour and never touch it again, this will be hugely successful.
So hold on. Because this is releasing on only consoles first, right?
Yep.
And you need to pay an online fee to play online on the consoles. You have to pay 2 different subscriptions to play this game online.
No, you're paying 3 because you're paying for your internet service.
Right.
Terrible. It's actually terrible.
Or if you consider you're also paying for your monthly power.
Chatfishes.
Look, you may not like it, but this is a septuple A game.
Septuple A? Oh my god.
So we don't know what the GTA Plus subscription costs either. Do we? Let me quickly check.
Jizuka Taizugo, yeah, that's how it is. I'm going with that. It says Lurker coming up from the shadows. I strongly believe GTA to be a very much normie game. Sure, I enjoyed 1, 2, and 3 fairly well, but that is about it for me for GTA interest. Same.
Yeah, I'm not too interested, to be honest. I know it's the game everybody wants to talk about because they're curious, because, you know, curious to see how well it does, how insanely well it does, or if it, like, blows up magically. Honestly, I don't really care. Like, if it's successful, whatever. Like, if it isn't,
GTA
whatever.
Plus is $8.
What's weird is it's going to be a game that's going to be coming out into an era that's kind of seeing the end of traditional game development, though. Because, like we've talked about with before, and this is a topic probably for a bunchcast, but the age of traditional game development being like big, multi-hundred, like 400 man studios is kind of coming to a close. The age of the 4 to like 15-man teams is on the rise, and the industry's changing, and the age of having like a giant studio is also disappearing too.
Yep.
As we see more and more AAA
Decentralization.
studios disappear altogether and being replaced by tiny little 15, 16-man teams who mind their own business.
Viking Kiwi says, wait, what is the subscription for? Is GTA Online going to come with release?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Is it coming with online right away? Because 5 didn't.
I have actually.
Yeah, it took like 6 months for GTA.
Because if it's not coming
Online.
right away, then they're forcing you to pay a subscription that you can't even use.
So, like, for 7 months, you're just paying, like, fucking money for something you can't even use, and you don't even get anything?
Now, GTA Plus already exists, as far as I'm aware, for GTA Online. So it's just forcing that in right away.
Yep. A lot of smaller studios are developing their own tech or using modern tools outside Unreal. Yeah.
It is the age.
Remember they said it was
Yeah.
single player only? So if Chatfish is right, and the online isn't even coming with this right away, then yeah, you're forced into a subscription service that you can't make use of in the game.
Hang on, Chatfish, hear me out. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we should be on the side of the megacorps. Maybe we join them in the AI data centers.
GTA Online isn't included with 6. So
You have to buy it separately, and you're also
you're forced into subscription by buying the game. Automatically, mind you. Like,
think about it,
it's part of
Chatfish.
the price.
Imagine the amount of snacks you could buy.
And it's $8 a month. And then you have to go buy GTA Online to even make use of the subscription they're forcing on you.
You know what? This sounds like
Brilliant.
nobody knows what this is. Moving. OG Life is Strange developer Don't Nod is pursuing several levers to secure their financial future following Tencent pulling funding. Thank you, God. Actively looking for financial support to fund their in-development project P14. Just die. Just die. I don't want.
Even Ted said, looked at it, went, "No, that's rancid."
There are some companies that are just rancid. In this particular case, this is just rancid. This needs to go. Like, it's just bad. It's genuinely vile. Like, Life is Strange
Don't
series
nod.
is bad. They hate people, they hate humans, and they make games for fucking nobody. I
Don't nod is
genuinely
focused.
normally don't wish like a company go under, but like Don't Nod, I just want them to disappear. Fuck, so bad.
Is focused on extending its cash horizon through a combination of financial incentives, disciplined cash management, and an optimized operating structure, while continuing to adapt its cost base to market conditions.
Who even buys these games? Like, the last Don't Nod
YouTube.
game we played was terrible. Yeah, pretty much. Like me. I'm your fucking consumer base. I want you to die!
And then is opting not
want you
invest any
to
further money in the company, but said that the Chinese giant is still a long-term shareholder in the company, but they're just not giving us any more money.
I mean, Tencent, I don't care. They're vile too. But like, goddamn. Oh, Life is Strange, so terrible. May it burn. May it burn.
Him's the #1 Life is Strange stream.
He was also the #1 Dustborn streamer.
I was the #1 Dustborn streamer. And I don't have that
Might have been
badge
mixtape too.
or that trophy or that one either. I don't have that anywhere. I'm just keeping it in the trash.
All right, we need to get Chatfish, new funding idea. A bunch of #1 badges for Kibbs for the game.
It's just
#1
mixtape,
stream.
Dustborn, all the
And Life
shitty
is
swap-
Strange.
Like, and behind the Gremlin Aerith is the Mixers project, just like with dust on it and cobwebs. Fuck off, you asshole. Look, I know what you're doing here. No, Chet. It is the Chatfish who are wrong.
All right,
I
Chatfish,
share
let's
the
fund
same
it.
sentiment of Kibbs of like normally I'm not for like companies going under because like that's a cascade failure. Don't Nod, I don't care. Like these people are
They've
vile.
never made a game that has contributed anything of interest or value whatsoever.
Not just that. Like you look at what these people do and say about like anyone that criticizes. They're just vile people.
Yes.
Like these are people that peaked in middle school and never made it past it. Like Jesus Christ.
And they keep making like, oh, what was the 2010s middle school / high school experience? And it's like that over and over for every game they make.
It's literally all it is.
And I can tell you, because my brothers grew up a decade later than me, that the high school and middle school like experience changed after our generation massively. So the games they're making are meant to appeal to literally people like us, and most of us have jobs and like a life, and we don't want to play their shit. It's just the fucking little weirdos that hang out in their little apartments. You know, wait, not me. No, I'm an apartment.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Also, Chatfish.
I was gonna say with
I will
weird hair
remind you
colors, you know, because I don't have that.
that Polly's secret art or secret poly art, whatever that's supposed to be, the part 2 of that funding is still open for that. To help Polly get the secret art that he wants.
Oh yes, there is a fund for Polly's Secret Art Fund. If you would like to help Polly out with it, donate to #Polly. There is also limited time to get onto the mound thumbnail to be a part of the crusade, the righteous crusade against the savages in the New World that so happen to be squid based.
I'll be right
The
back.
Spanish show up, they look at the New World, they're like, I don't like it. I don't want to go home.
They just leave. And
There's tentacle monsters, there's not brown women.
they
to
do
colonize.
exactly what the Vikings did with like the Vinland there or whatever. They just,
Yeah, they
turn
just show up, they're like, alright, see ya.
No, this is gay. I'm leaving. You don't even have any
Okay,
gold.
good.
You guys don't have like sticks, and we don't like sticks.
There's no Christian mercenaries for us to flay, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Just like, whoa. Kib doesn't have hair. Kib's bald confirmed. I have hair at the moment.
Look, Chatfish, you may not like it, but bald is beautiful.
Maybe Kib will be bald one day, possibly, but it is not this day, not yet. Kib's looking at Picard. and
Harlot
have
sends
bald
a
spot.
membership, but it doesn't hit anyone. Curious.
Oh no, our membership's broken? Chatfish, I need to do a science experiment. All of you gift a membership, just to see if it's truly broken. Jake,
Slam a
but
50 down right now.
I have to be more subtle about it, Jesus. He's like, I'm going all in.
Kim is trying to be subtle. I just start shaking the bucket.
We just
around,
gotta
like,
confirm whether
what
it's
you got?
working or not, Chad. Just a, you know, you even got a $5 for a test for some science. It's like, oh, okay, just a little bit of math science. No?
But
Okay,
yeah,
we
I
tried.
hope Don't Nod goes belly up. The end.
Zuja gets us. Someone please gift 100 to make sure, just to be on the
Yeah.
safe side. Just to be on. Might as well give 250 memberships just to be safe, you know, just to be safe. So what the fuck? Fucking wait,
Did Harley's membership not go through?
Harley, continue to try when yours doesn't work. Doesn't? Oh, never mind. It did work. What the hell? Well, there you have it,
That
chat.
one went through. What the fuck?
All right, chat. Curious. How about
Curious.
let's see Cabal Reborn's gifted membership. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm trying to do a parody of that one movie.
American Psycho.
Let's see Cabal Reborn's.
Let's see
gifted
Paul Allen's membership gifted.
My God, look at the thickness of it. It's red. Has a lot of value.
It's
It's a-
embossed.
It's embossed. Oh my God.
My God.
And then the way he just drops it like a fucking total chungoid. Like a total
Oh. You have a donation through Streamlab Elements.
We do. Curious. It says. Where'd you read that?
Oh, did you? Well, I just got back.
What you already tracked it. That was from Harmless Rats like hours ago.
Kibbs,
No,
you're
that
you're
one
dumb.
just came out. That one just came through.
What?
You look on the timestamp just now.
Didn't Harmless Rats give us $50 earlier? No, he
Yes,
did it
earlier.
again.
You beat for AVP. This
Oh my
one's
God.
a new one.
Okay, like
Wow.
I'm schizoing out, man. I'm schizoing out. So
Harmless Rats is being a good guy. Fucking helping.
Gibbs
the
just looks at it
channel,
and says,
Gibbs
"That
is
didn't
like,
happen."
No.
We've tracked that,
That
hadn't
didn't
we?
happen.
Like I thought we did. Okay, listen. I'm
Gibbs looks at
sorry.
it. No, that's not no. Gibbs sees the same number twice in a row. He can't comprehend that it's two different.
They wouldn't
things.
do it twice, would they? That's my brain, by the way. 250s? That's
the
ridiculous.
same number twice. That
From the
doesn't
same
happen.
person? Not
Now,
possible.
Chatfish.
Not
Not only
possible.
can you get on the AVP thumbnail, you can get on Mound.
Yes.
Which you can
Harmless
help
Rats
with
bought
this
on the
week.
mound. Very good choice, by the way. Very good choice.
Mound is surprisingly good for it being like just a bunch of retards making a game. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they've actually
What do
made
we know about the
some
developers
special-
for that?
Nothing. I know nothing
Look,
about them.
I know nothing about them, so I shall slander them.
All I know is they've made a good game, and I need to beat the shit out of them.
They just need to
"Eh."
refactor Melee. That's literally my only criticism.
Touch up
Honestly-
melee and looking down. Looking down is weird.
Yep.
Just having, because I know they're hesitant about blocking, adding block. Just add a dodge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dodge would work. That's a compromise.
What they need to do is implement a stamina system. Like the game probably does need an actual stamina system. Sprinting shouldn't really, or should only drain if enemies are nearby. But just the stamina system, and dodging uses stamina.
Oh god, the
Them not
mount is
being
so
able-
good. Fuck, love that
Them
game.
not being able to look down is now making me think that like all the characters in Mound are like Gears of War cog level of ripped, so they have no neck.
The conquistadors are like
Oh,
fucking roided
I was
out.
talking to my friend the other day about E-Day, and he pointed out, and he's a little upset, because in all the Gears of War games, when you do the roadie run, like you sprint, the camera zooms in on their ass, and that's all you can see is the character's ass.
Yeah.
And he's saying E-Day they moved the camera. It's not that anymore.
Are you
He's
saying I
upset.
can't look at man booty now? Wow.
It's no longer your character's ass. on
I'm
the screen.
so accustomed to Marcus's cheeks, though. How will I live?
Now you can actually see when you sprint.
It is gonna be funny with
Terrible.
E-Day where it's like 15 years past when Gears was made. So he now sounds ancient even though he's old as shit.
He's like, I'm supposed to be young, and it's like,
Young.
I'm 23 years old.
that's why they should have made that game like right after Gears 3.
They need to get a sound alike is what they need to do.
That will never happen. John DiMaggio is a one of a kind.
Yeah, you're never gonna find another guy like him.
He's also about as ripped as Cog Soldier, so
Good.
But it's better. They can do it, and with a little bit of editing and touch up, they can probably
Or
make him
was.
sound younger. If they've got a good
Yeah.
sound engineer.
Kibbs just looks at a person. Younger.
You will sound younger. Oh my god.
oh god, I can't wait for that Netflix one to come out so I can watch 5 minutes of it and decide that maybe life isn't worth living.
You gotta at least hold out for the
No.
shower scene, Ramu.
No,
You
it's
know
gonna
there's
be
gonna be a shower
Like they're
scene.
gonna
It's gonna
look
be
at
just like-
Marcus's hairy ass and be like, "Look at this cheeks."
no, it's gonna be just
Look
like
at these
when I
cheeks.
watched the Fallout TV show because my brother kept harassing me about it. I couldn't even make it through a whole episode. When they got to the Brotherhood boot camp, I was like, absolutely not.
Did you hear
Oh,
there's
so
gonna be a
bad.
season 3?
There's gonna be a what?
Season 3 for Fallout.
That's fine. I don't watch it.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm
It's
not gonna
gonna
watch
now.
it.
It's gonna now apparently, according to Todd Howard, it's gonna focus on entirely new and reveal entirely new stuff outside of the game.
Oh, cool. So it's gonna be more Bethesda schizo lore.
It's gonna be
So, anyways,
again continuing
Potentially
to-
revealing upcoming Fallout stuff.
I don't care. Guess what?
look,
I don't care.
I was one of those people that was actually excited for Fallout 4, even though I didn't like the other Bethesda Fallouts.
I was actually kind of excited too. I thought it was gonna.
I
Be good.
even bought. I bought it
Was
twice. I bought the Super Special Mini Nuke Edition on my PlayStation, and then I bought the Super Special Mini Nuke Edition again on my PC. And then I
Chatfish,
played it, and I was like, "Why?"
Sad day. Dragon Claws gray.
Chatfish. If we don't make the weekly
a
goal
chatfish
of
suffering.
reaching 200 over the weekly, so I can do my cooked kids video where I wrote lore. Because guess what? I have to explain something real quickly, all right? Because I gotta complain about it. Because I woke up this morning. I waddled over to my computer, right? Put on my pajamas before waddling over here, obviously. But
Big doubt.
sat down, opened up. Here, let me see. Can I open it up? I gotta see if I can show you. So I found out something, and I was, oh my god, I'm so mad. I'm so mad about it. I have to show chat. Okay.
Viking Kiwi says, "Wait, there were multiple editions." Yeah, they sold like 4 editions of Fallout 4.
They did. They made a bunch of different versions. Okay, so okay, no, the spoilers are covered. Good. All right, I'm gonna show you something, chat. Get that Saluthi out of here. It's like, what the fuck?
That's Saluthi.
I thought it was so clever.
I like Bino's edit of this.
Bino's edit was pretty
Fine,
good.
I'll look at Bino's edit of this. All right, so this map here,
I'll post it in the stream room.
which
for
I'm
you.
gonna save again because I'm fucking paranoid. This map here, which I had all the names and of all the locations and stuff, and I've censored things that you're not supposed to see. But like, this map took a lot of work to make. All right, like a considerable amount of time to make. And I woke up this morning to find that this map was gone, and that my computer had just deleted it. And you don't just pretend. You just don't. Where is it? Is it?
I see lots of text.
Is that?
There's many questions.
Don't, there. You didn't see that. That thing. You didn't see. You don't see
That thing that you saw, you didn't see.
I just
it, right?
removed it, right? You didn't see anything. All right, so don't worry about it. So,
Enhance Chatfish.
but yes, this map, I had to remake this morning, and I was very mad about it. I was so mad that I was working on the map that I started, like, I had to take a break because I've been working on remaking this. And so, and I don't know why I didn't save it, but like, apparently I didn't. But I've saved it like 6 times now. But either way, this fucking thing, oh my god. I got, like, I woke up, made it, and then was mad, malding a little bit, then went and made a smoothie for breakfast, then thought about, like, what if I do a Cooking with Kibs and I write lore on what a smoothie would be like from this particular setting. And so I wrote lore, planets, and entire imports and stuff like that. Because I
Just
was...
takes a bunch of
decompressing.
cigarettes, throws it into a blender.
They don't do that. That's not... I mean, Far
And
might
then
do
he
that.
forgot to save it.
Far might do that because Far loves smoking, but that's besides the point. But either way, I want you to know that if you don't reach that goal for the Saluthi, I'm going to have to kill you, chat.
Saluthi.
Yes, the Saluthi. I've called it the Saluthi. It's not its actual name. Look at the chat. We could make that.
How
Shoot
how
us,
much
baby.
alien waifu is juices are in the salute?
Contains 30% Timor made milk.
Oh, they don't have milk. They don't even have breasts.
Shh, Vito doesn't need to know that. Vito doesn't know that.
He never said where the milk came from.
They're lizards.
I said waifu. I said waifu.
Yeah, but Kibbs loves food.
Log Kibs for making smoothie lore before chair lore.
We actually, speaking of chair lore, there actually is chair
Listen,
lore.
metallic chair. What lore could there be on a metallic chair? You can't improve on perfection.
So Bino made this fan edit, by the way.
Beautiful.
It's all Chatfish.
It's always been Chatfish.
Now I'm gonna only ever remember the galactic map as just, oh, that's the Chatfish eye, right or left.
It's just a giant fish. See, you could have matched the eyes with the two cores of both galaxies, but you didn't. You failed me.
That's too much effort, though.
How does it make you feel, Bino?
Or actually, because what this just indicates is there's a third core that's not shown here.
My God, secret Bino lore.
Because the center core is the peach.
And I will show you that we actually do have chairs. Because, believe it or not, it's incredibly relevant. Gotta make sure I don't show any of that.
They're just like the most white trash, like just plastic chair in your front yard.
Look,
How dare you? Those chairs
Chatfish.
are beautiful.
We finished a new scene. And the modeling work. This is the
I
model
appreciate
reference.
the green.
Look.
Yeah,
That
I
does
was gonna say, I
balls.
appreciate the
Listen, all right,
goofy-
you're seeing early conceptual work. That's supposed to be plants. All right, like that's just there for the artist.
It's a
to have
green ooze monster, actually.
No,
Chatfish.
it's
The
supposed to be
lady.
The
reference.
plants are alive. They're in the wall.
It's beautiful, chat. Beautiful. They're just little purple chairs. Nothing special about them.
Wasn't there an image of a standalone, just the chair, Kibbs, you could have shown?
Standalone. I like how we actually designed the chairs, and it was like a whole conversation. And I'm like, I don't know, like they don't need to be special like the ones in the
It was.
counsellery. There was a massive
He
conversation.
just says
wooden
chair.
wooden chairs. Really, you offend me.
I am insulted.
Too bad. We have multiple chairs. Here's look some more early concept art of chairs. There you go. Some chairs.
It's just a bunch of bean bags.
Ignore the fact that there's archers standing in them, okay? It's like when we're working on stuff, it doesn't have to be pretty.
I know that model. So does anyone that plays Terrestrial War.
Yeah, it's a huntsman. He's been our size guy for determining the size of structures and rooms and stuff.
If you want to show him a real thing, you should show the Baphios thing.
I think these chairs are a bit more unique, but I was like, I like the design of these chairs, but I
Well-
didn't want to reuse them twice because it would be weird. But like, so they just like made the same
look comfy.
chairs. Yeah, they're meant to be comfy. I mean, they sit in those things for a good while. The ones in the private like council chambers are not supposed to be comfy because they're not supposed to stay in there for long. That way they get
Those
out.
chairs are
These
made
chairs.
of metal.
That way they get out and
This
leave.
metallic chair.
Then, you know what, chat? Don't worry. One day you guys will you'll see the secrets, secrets behind the scenes, you know? And there's a lot of stuff.
The only thing I'm going to show them is this thing Robin's working on because it's absolutely cool as hell. It is super early, but like, oh my god. Did he finally remove the dog and the gun? No, it's still there. God damn it. Not going to tell chat where it is.
As you zoomed in on it.
No, I did already. They won't know, though. They won't know the dog and the gun.
Well, testers, and assuming Kibbs allows this,
Beautiful.
will get to see the thing Baphios has worked on at the meeting.
Wow.
week.
And here I was going to show it to Chatfishers.
Well, you can show it now. I was assuming you weren't going to.
Chatfish can see it because Chatfish pay for it. Like, Chatfish pay for thing. You do, because you're fat. Because you're fat. I'll show them the 3D, not the real version yet. Because Baphio's just
the real-
completed
yeah.
printing. So there. There's the Kelithos Savai. Look at that. He's a big guy.
It was known as something else.
Yes, something that didn't
It has
feel
its official
ash.
name now.
It's beautiful. He's a big boy. It's one of the ethereal summons that you can get for the Astrian faction. It's essentially a culmination of like warrior spirits. I can't go into the details because that's a
It's
video
a
that I have to
big
make.
turkey.
That's a video I have to make.
I thought you were going to show what he posted in the finished model files.
Something else. Finished model files. Oh, the orange one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not printed technically. So yeah. Actually, it looks like it is printed, but it isn't.
That's the final thing.
Yeah, it looks really good. The surprising thing is all the details actually managed to be very intricate, and they also print very well. Printers are pretty powerful. Depends on the printer in question. But this thing is pretty fucking cool. I'm eager to see people paint and print it. Or, I mean, print and paint it. Not the backwards. Whoa.
My god. Can summon the big turkey.
Indio says Chatfish will read the lore before Beano. Now I'm back to bed. Fuck. He's right. He's right though.
Bino, did you... Bino.
Beano,
Vito.
Indio, did you see the 4th of July Thumbi?
He's mad. He's mad now. He's lashing out like real quick.
Metallic Chair really liked it.
Behold, behold, we're making cool things with fishies and friends. All right.
Oh, is that a?
Done.
Okay, Kibbs isn't gonna bring it up. No, I won't talk about it.
What? What we
The
gonna...
4th of July thumbnail.
I was gonna bring that up yet. It's a little early to show that off. It's not
Yeah.
even 4th of July yet.
I think I know why Bino wanted Indio to look at it.
I know exactly why. I do like how Dragonclaw says everyone knows Benno can't read.
Yeah, Benno.
Yeah, Benno. Benno.
It's time for a name change.
Your name is Benno now.
Chatfish, if we make the daily, Albine will become Benno.
He will become a Benno box.
Big turkey summon.
He just completely ignores us because he's retarded. Big
He's fat.
Eats Elmo. What are you talking about, you little schizo Bino?
Look at the chat.
What are you talking about? Big...
Look at the stream room chat.
Oh my god. Big turkey. Big...
Oh my god, I see what you did. Why did you do that?
Alright, let's take a look at what he did. Oh my god. Bino, your eyes see things that aren't even there, but okay. He's like, big... What did you say? Big turkey what?
Big turkey summon.
Big turkey
Summon.
sumo. Fucking you're in dumb accent. It's a turkey. Alright, send that to Carlos. I'm sure it'll make him mauled and blow a gasket
Just
at
post that in his in the Carlos Cage
you.
channel.
Yeah, in the
and
Carlos
tag him.
cage. Yeah, take...
Alright.
Alright.
All right.
He gets a private DM from Carlos. I want to talk to you in my office now. He's like, oh!
Bino's like, I can't. I have to go drive my mother around the entire country.
Metallic Share says Bino is a visionary. Oh no, Benno is a visionary.
Benno.
Oh, god damn it, Jackie.
The best form of Bino, Benno.
Benno. Benno is what Bino could have been. What Bino could- if Benno was charismatic and not cursed, he would have been called Benno.
What do you mean cursed?
What do you...
What do you mean, Kurt? He didn't take affront. You saying he has no charisma. It was the curse.
If I had no charisma, I wouldn't have gotten this job. I know that. Your guys are lying. Just lying.
We all just don't say anything.
Benno is Bino's cooler brother.
Damn.
Damn.
Benno.
Send us that.
White Bino
White
is
Bino is Benno.
Stop!
He's already dead.
First the Pringles thing, Chatfish, and now Benno. Hey, we make Pringles and Bennos. Pringles and...
Hours of work on a 3D model for a single turkey summon image. Absolutely diabolical.
Oh yeah, send that to Baffios as well. Because not only was there a massive amount of work on that thing between Carlos back and forth with Baffios, with talking with me about the lore of it, that took a considerable amount of time. Then we just add extra insult to injury and just message Baffios with that, and Baffios just looks at it and he just dies. He just like
His
closes
response
eyes.
is, I am Polish, am used to.
I am Polish, am used to.
I messaged Baffios. I DM'd him.
What does he say?
I don't know. Like I DM'd him now.
What did Carlos say?
I tagged Carlos. I don't know if he said anything.
See.
He did post it in the bird in Carlos Cage.
The bird.
I posted there.
Birdcage.
I was looking at, the turkey.
The thing is, like, I don't know. Like I looked at it and it's instantly I saw big turkey.
Big turkey.
You know.
Me, Benno.
That's why I love
Yeah.
Baffios. He's like,
just gobble at you.
go.
Baffios is now a dwarf turkey.
Oh my god. Okay.
Baffios is my bro.
So, Total War Medieval 2 playable faction voting. This is a new announcement from Creative Assembly for Medieval 3. Sorry, not 2. I don't know why I said 2. Hi, everyone. Leaf here. This one is very exciting. We have some big questions that we want all your feedback on. Which playable faction should we feature in game? This is your chance to really shape development over the upcoming months. So if you missed our spring recap blog from earlier in the week, be sure to check on our most recent blog. Pa and I are thrilled to use this blog to take the opportunity to talk about more factions, specifically playable factions. We all know how much you care about which factions are playable at launch, so we and the team were excited to give you all the opportunity to let us know what you think and to directly vote on the priorities. But before we get into that, we want to explain how we typically decide on playable factions, which factions we have settled on so far, and how you can influence development from here. When we think of a good set of playable factions, we think about how well known is this faction, known among the public and among fans of history. What factions do people expect, and which factions would be missing for most people if they weren't part of the playable set? Everyone knows England and may want to play as England, whereas other realms are less known. How unique is this starting situation, and how interesting or varied are the paths that a faction may take throughout a campaign? A faction with a unique starting situation may rise in priority a bit compared to a faction that has more generic starting situation or limited paths through a campaign. When you say limited path through a campaign, that raises some concern with me, because I'm like, it's a sandbox. What do you mean limited paths? Like, any faction you played in Medieval 2 could do the exact same thing as any other faction. There's really no difference in terms of limited paths. Like, what does limited paths mean? Like, starting situation makes sense because for example, the Byzantines have their own problem because they're both in Europe and both in Asia Minor. They have Muslims on one side, they got angry Christians on the other, and neither of them like each other because they're Orthodox, so they're kind of in a rock and a hard place. It's a very unique start. Hungary has that mountainous shield that protects them, but has the ability to sort of like poke away at the the Balkans and the lowland area. So there's different like that, but like their campaign isn't locked out of anything. That's just a weird phrasing, I guess. How unique or compelling would potential mechanics of this faction be? If a faction lends itself to interesting, unique mechanics that can move the needle to include them as a playable faction. Given these criteria, we have settled on several starting factions that we consider locked in. These factions are the Kingdom of England, Kingdom of France, Sultanate of Rome, the Byzantine Empire, Kingdom of Jerusalem, and the Holy Roman Empire. All right, they've chosen all the ones that I think should be in basic, no matter what. But the weird one is the Holy Roman Empire is not included. The Holy Roman Empire would be the most unique of all of them because it would have like different little city-states inside of them that could rebel and whatnot. So they should play very differently than the Byzantines, which have an imperial system, whereas England does not. These are unique things. Oh no, they do have the Holy Roman Empire. My eyeballs don't work. To enter Jerusalem. So they have that one. All right. So then what would be other interesting ones? Sicily. The two Sicilies is boring though, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of boring. $7
Hey,
I must head to work.
Have
Have a good one,
shift.
everyone.
Very
we
generous.
lost our Schumber.
They should add
See, we do-
Poland and the Danes. Poland is interesting because they're going to have to deal with like the Rus, and the Rus would also be interesting for them to add because they're basically the Russians. Or are they called the Rus yet at this point? I don't remember what they were called yet. They had a weird symbol for their flag, and they weren't quite unified. What else? Poland would definitely be cool because it's an Eastern European nation, and it would be a little bit different because it'd be away from the West. Portugal would be a bit boring, so I don't blame them for not doing Portugal right away. Kievan Rus, yeah, I think that's their name. Mongols would be cool because Mongols should be in this game. They'd have unique mechanics because they'd be migratory. That would be kind of cool.
Their unique mechanics are they're just a plague on everywhere they go.
Pretty much, but it
They
makes
just
it a
consume
cool.
everything.
Makes it a
Which comes
cool
to the
thing.
question:
Or the Timurids.
wouldn't the Mongols be hurt a lot by different diseases and stuff? I don't know their history too much because
The Mongol Empire basically, in like medieval times, basically came to bully and like dominate China, and then came over to the like Middle East and beat the shit out of the Muslims. But it also started harassing the Christian kingdoms too, that were basically like,
Mhm.
I think Poland and Hungary got bothered by them a little bit. I don't remember how deep they went, because they didn't get that far. Because the big problem Mongols ran into, if I remember right, was the series of fortifications in Europe. Like unlike the Rus fortifications in the east, they were made out of wood, so they burned. But once they got to the stone fortifications, it was a lot more difficult to get around because A, they couldn't burn them as easily, so they would have to like siege them. But Mongols don't like sieging, and if you know anything about Mongolia or steppe peoples are not actually as free moving as you think because they're actually tied to one big stinky dumb brapping animal. It's called a horse, and the horse devours everything in sight. And so the horse tells the Mongols where to go next because if they eat all the grass and all the vegetation that's in the area, they have to move. And Mongols or migratory bodies cannot stay in any one spot because there's two big time bombs. One, the horse with the food. Two is their waste. Their own waste will pollute the area that they occupy, which will force them to move because if they stay there, they will be basically in their own filth. Because
Yeah,
like
because since they are migratory, they never make stuff to deal with that like the
no
other
waste
people do.
management.
So-
Yeah.
Hans says I assume the Russians. They were Novgorod and ME2.
Novgorod, yeah. Because I would like the Polish and Novgorod. I'd like some Eastern European nations to be playable. I know Hans would love Novgorod because he loves playing Russia in almost every strategy game we play. He's like, yeah. I bet Benno knows his history of the Mongol Empire.
Yeah, Benno would know, not Bino.
Benno. Stone forts and knights, yes. And so ultimately, the fortifications and the fact that Europe had hardened itself because it fought itself so much is basically what basically made the Mongols go like, oh, this is not worth it. This is not worth it at all. This is not.
But it does seem like they're at least trying to change course with Medieval 3 compared to all the other Total Wars. So it's still very much a we'll see, but at least the communication we're getting is promising.
The fact that they're actually wanting to talk to players about what factions to include, and I am pleased with the choices they have here, right? Everybody, if you're going to want a Muslim faction, would want the Turks. The Turks are the most interesting. If we're to talk about another Muslim faction that would be fun to play, like gameplay-wise, I think the Mamluks would be a fun choice. Mamluks are fun. What's those guys? Oh, fuck, what were their name? They were the Muslims over in Algiers region. They had some... I think they had something interesting about them, but I can't remember what. That would make them mechanically fun to play as. Because we're thinking of nations to be fun. But I'm assuming, because the fact they have one Muslim nation here means that they're open-minded to other culture groups that aren't just, Christian. I mean, granted, the Byzantine Empire isn't really your standard Catholic nation. It's
Berbers, says Hinnestad.
Orthodox. Were they Berbers at that point? Oh, that's not as interesting. Berbers are a bit boring. They're pirates. Not gonna have too many fun toys to play with. There better be naval combat in this game. I almost forgot to mention that. Naval combat and coastal sieges, because medieval history had a lot of interesting coastal sieges, and if this game is like anything like Medieval 2, and it's going to go into the Renaissance period, a lot of coastal sieges were pretty important, especially in the lowlands. Under which Habsburg dynasty was it? I can't remember. But basically, there was a lot of sieges of cities along the coast, and there would be boats, and supplying the cities, whoever controlled the waterways could supply the cities with food. It's why some of those sieges lasted decades, because they kept getting resupplied via ships, and they got more manpower and food that way. Naval
Yeah, I don't think I've
combat's super
seen
important.
them. I don't think I've seen them talk about naval stuff, have they, for 3?
They haven't mentioned anything about it. But
No.
naval operations in the medieval times were pretty important, especially when it came to the Crusades, getting people down there and landing and finding good landings. And there were many cities where naval forces came into play that played a big role in the siege themselves. So, yeah, it's one of those things that I think needs to be incorporated. Like, to not have it, and especially if it's not just going from, like, the medieval, from the Crusades, but also the Renaissance period, absolutely needs to have naval combat. Because you're going to start seeing things like galleons and stuff, which are pretty cool. Because the way this game should end, if it's like Medieval 2, because to explain it for those who haven't played Medieval 2, Medieval 2 starts off in the early medieval period. You know, you must got peasants and some occasional knights with some chainmail if they're lucky, and that's how it starts. But as you escalate, you get like full body plate, full like, you know, halberds, like you get heavy crossbows, you get like trebuchets, and then you get cannons and you get gunners, like early gunners, and then you get like experimental weapons like the flamethrowers the Byzantine had, which are the little squirt guns. They were squirt guns, by the way. But they squirted flames. But yeah, so they had like lots of really cool, like weird weapons and stuff. And so if they go to the Renaissance period, they need to have a lot of stuff like that included, if that makes sense. Because it's rather diverse with all the stuff that's actually going on in this period. Like castles and fortifications actually go through an evolution in this game. And they should. Motte and Bailey to, you know, your sort of stereotypical castle or fortification or citadel, and then to your massive walled cities, which were pretty prevalent by the late period. They have barely talked about naval battles, and what they have talked about, they were meh about it. Yeah, see, that's concerning, because navals, like maritime operations, are super important, and to be dismissive of that would be a huge missed opportunity for Medieval 3. Like, genuinely colossal. It would actually be, like, I'd scream a little bit. Because, like, oh my god. Medieval 2, one thing it was missing was it had no maritime stuff. And maritime, like, naval stuff was kind of what was missing. You had ships that you could move around the map, but they were just an icon, and, like, you didn't get to really play with them. You had to auto-battle. You could see them off the coast if you had armies and stuff, and the boats were next to the coast, but that was it. You didn't get to play with them or anything. And the maritime stuff would be really cool, because if you know anything about Greek ships, they had... I actually don't know. Do you guys know that Greek ships had flamethrowers on them? Do you know that, Benno
No.
and Mamu? Well, yeah, so Greek ships had this, like, ancient device, I forget what it was called, but it basically was a flamethrower at the front of the ship, and would basically hose other ships with flames. And that's what made them so terrifying. It was called Greek fire. We believe it was napalm, like an earlier version of it, but we don't really know how they made it, because it was kind of lost information, because the Eastern Roman Empire kept it very secretive, and it was like one of these secret weapons that they didn't want anyone to know about. Greek fire. Basically ancient napalm, essentially, is what it was. Pawn is enjoyed 335 Donkey Kongs. It says, the Mound, fit, cooking with Gibbs. Thank you for the nation. Very generous. He also had other interesting naval stuff, too. And especially with the introduction of cannons or Galileuses. Oh, there's so many interesting types of ships. The Galileus is one of my favorite. But, yeah, there's a lot of different types of ships. Because Galileuses, for example, are kind of like triremes. Like, they have the little oars. They row and stuff. But they only see real major use in shallow waters or in the Mediterranean. Excellent ships because they're very fast. But, yeah. So I'm hopeful that they actually include these kinds of ships. Galileuses, I think they had like the, what do you call them, the little ones. There was ones that were smaller than the Galileus. Galileus was kind of like a sexier version, in my opinion. But yeah, they better not have an auto naval battler. That'd be such a waste, because maritime stuff in medieval was pretty cool, and it's never rarely explored, which is kind of a shame. And if it goes to the Renaissance period, we're gonna have cannon ships, because what was the big thing that made the Spanish Empire powerful? It's Armada. And what was the big decisive thing that happens in the Renaissance period? That sort of late Renaissance, like 1500s? Was it 1500s? 1600s? Correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, there's going to become a point, I think it's 1600s maybe, I think, where the British and Spanish are going to go at it. And then there's going to be a massive like naval war. And the British are going to emerge on top. And that's going to secure the British Navy as the dominant naval force. Now, the French will still have a pretty big navy, and some of the other European powers will. But it's going to make them have a very big maritime presence. Hence why you get that classical, like, British ship thing. And that's why when you usually think of the 17th, 18th century, you think of the Spanish as kind of like the sick man on the block kind of vibe. But yeah. Yeah, and Frederick's also mentioning it too. Yeah, navies are incredibly important. And that's why I think they really can't not have them. Because they're such a pivotal thing in this game, like in the medieval period, that they need to play a massive role, because this is going from the basically like coming out of the Dark Ages, early medieval, mid medieval to late, and into the Renaissance. And the key cornerstone of that change is the transition of the power of the crown and the papacy to the power of the purse, where wealth and trade is going to become the thing that creates empires, because trade is everything. So yeah, must absolutely have that be a core mechanic. And for the love of God, bring back those silly little cutscenes that would play when you assassinate people. I want to see new Pope assassination cutscenes, where if you fail and the guy misses, it pins his hat to like the chair. That was so funny. Oh my God. Or the assassin, like, accidentally the snake bites him in the fucking foot and he falls over dead.
The assassin fist fights the Pope under the secret room in the Vatican. Just like in Assassin's Creed. It's like...
I mean, the whole point of those cutscenes is they were supposed to be thematic, engaging, and atmospheric, and they brought a lot of charm to the game. And they were a little bit whimsical, like when the spy sneaks in as a bush and he sneaks in to the city past the guards, and he's just a bush that gets up and moves like fucking Metal Gear Solid like levels. Sits down.
And says Pope assassination scenes were the best.
They were so fucking funny. Because when you missed, the Pope's hat got pinned to the chair. And he was like, "Rrr!" And he's like pointing at the spy just runs, or the assassin runs. How are we going to turn off agents? They are total cancer in other Total Wars. I mean, so long as they make the agent gameplay engaging and like fun, and it works, then it'd be fine. But I sincerely doubt they'll turn off agents. Usually they never do stuff like that, if I had to wager a guess. They just need to make it fun and engaging and rewarding to play with, and a part of the core game experience, and it should come as easy. You wouldn't even want it to be off if they designed it well. 62 agents in your kingdom. Well, like, they'll probably have like an agent cap. Like, you only have like 6 like agents at a time.
Alvin Bino, you will have to channel your best Benno, as I have to go. And you must take over.
Bye.
Good luck, Mama. We'll see you later, buddy. Beto.
Mm.
He's like, what? Look at me scared.
I'm here.
I'm
I
here.
have bubbly water.
I'm concerned. My concern for Medieval 3 is growing, but it's growing around the fact that Creative Assembly has been violently afraid of ever bringing back naval stuff, because they've been gone since Attila. Attila was the last Total War to include them that I'm aware of. And every Total War since then hasn't included Navy. And
It
it's
gets to
weird.
the point. Okay, unironically, like, it gets to the point where I'm like, if they're basically FIFA, where they keep releasing the same game but more watered down every time, but people keep buying and telling them like, please just make the mechanics good again. But, and it's just like FIFA. You get what I mean? They need to actually do something. Doesn't need to be quote unquote new, but like take the Attila thing, improve it and put it in this game. You get what I mean? Like, because I do agree with you. If they have that time period without naval, it's going to be ass.
One thing that also concerns me, at least looking at this map, is I sincerely hope that they include like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuanian regions. Oh, Lithuania is partially there, Latvia, and the Rus regions, because you don't have a whole lot. Like, this is kind of Rome 2-y. It's very cloistered down here, when it should be kind of like this. Like, this should be included too, you know? Like, it should be that whole line, honestly, should be included, in my opinion. Because we only have a little southern bits of Norway in this? That can't be true. I hope not. Ah, fuck. That wasn't the right thing. But we do believe that all 6 of these fulfill the core criteria, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's keep reading. We've gone on a tangent here. Let's see. You could not really imagine a game about the medieval era without England, France as playable factions. They are very... Well, yeah, because the 100 Years' War is like one of the biggest things that happened during that period. Possibly the 2 most iconic medieval factions, certainly, in the West, and tied to each other's story through the 100 Years' War. The Holy Roman Empire is the stereotypical feudal giant, a realm struggling under its own political machinations, fueled by large ambitions, and engulfed in a century-long power struggle with the Catholic Church. The Byzantine Empire, also known as the Roman Empire, is what ties medieval history to its Roman roots. Perhaps the most sophisticated realm at the start of the game, it grasps at straws for survival, while being beset on all sides by potential enemies. The Sultanate of Rum embodies the small beginnings of the mighty Ottoman Empire, and would emerge as the dominant power in the Middle East. Finally, the Kingdom of Jerusalem, which is a very fun choice. I'm glad they included that as playable, by the way. That's actually the most exciting thing. And I'm actually surprised they actually did that. I would expect them to do Castile instead, but they didn't. Castile isn't. Which now I'm mad because I want Castile playable. No, let's see. The iconic Crusader state, at heart of the Christian ambition during the medieval era, and at the core of the many crusades that defined this era. So it's good that they included them. I really think that Castile should be included because they played a pretty big role and they're really interesting. And also they're going to be a huge role in the late game because they're going to be a huge powerhouse. They should also be like one of the first people over to the New World because the New World should be in Medieval 3. If it isn't, I will be genuinely upset. Like, that's my big thing, guys. New World has to be in Medieval 3. We have to be able to see North America, the Caribbean, and South America. Maybe we can't get to the West Coast, but we need to be able to see and, like, go to those regions and colonize them. That needs to be there. Like, that's a deal breaker if it's not, in my opinion. And also, we don't have the Novgorod region, because Novgorod, if I recall correctly, is somewhere up here, if my memory serves, isn't it? This general vicinity, chat.
I have no idea.
So yeah, I'm worried about the playable area not including some of the eastern states, because we're missing out on the potential interesting stuff, the Teutonic Order. Now, the Teutonic Order, by the way, is going to be over here in the Prussian region, which will be about here-ish. And so it will be here. But my concern is that you won't be able to do like crazy Teutonic crusades over here because you had some like weird old religion, Slavic paganism, I think, still at this point. Right? I don't remember when the game is set, actually. But I feel like Lithuania, well, Lithuania is included, but Latvia and Estonia need to be included as well. Like, they must be. The Baltic states, along with like Novgorod region. It just feels weird to not have them there. And there should be like a buffer region for like the Mongols to appear like over here, you know? Because the Mongols are going to come from over here. Unless the Mongols just teleport here, which is just weird. You know, it doesn't really make sense, does it? Because like Hungary's going to be over here. It's making me ponder, chat. Making me ponderous. I'm 3% sure it will be flop with less mechanics than Medieval 2. If it is, then yeah, it's going to suck. Oh, what's this? I got a little message from Hans. It's like, Hans. Novgorod is north of Poland and east of modern Finland. North of Poland. Poland was historically here, and the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was here. And south, east of modern-day Finland. North of Poland, east of modern-day Finland. So Novgorod's actually deeper in the heart over here, if that's the case. I was off. So if it's over here, then yeah, this whole box should be playable, actually. Fuck that. Fuck that. This whole box should be. Also, yeah, I'm going to whinge about it a little bit. I want all of Scandinavia in the game. Like, all the way up to the top of the Finland and the Norwegians. All the way down, right? Like, that just feels weird. Also, this is also weird. Isn't more of Africa accessible? Pretty sure. Yeah, because there was like a whole thing over there. You can see that the map alleges to go further into the Persian regions over here, as it cuts off. And you also can see that it's got more southern regions of Egyptus. Curious. I would like to see the full map. I'm worried that it won't have the whole thing.
Novigrad is north of Poland and east of modern-day Finland. Thank you, Hans, for DMing me that.
Are you sick, Benno?
Hans DM'd me.
I know that.
Novigrad.
No,
north of
you
Poland.
got a little thing in your throat, don't you?
Uh,
You sound sick. Are you sick, Bino?
No, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm just a cold. Just a cold. So cold. Don't hype yourself up about the game. Let the devs fool you into thinking that there will be more in this game.
I'm not being
Don't
hyped
let
up.
don't let the devs.
I'm more
My
so
dude.
expressing concern. Mostly because like
Yeah.
these are some things that I'm noticing here that I don't particularly care for. Now, I've looked at a lot of the stuff for Medieval 3, and Medieval 3 looks like it's got a lot of promise. It doesn't look like it's going to be a complete dumpster fire. Like, for example, I wouldn't write it off and be black-pilled about it either, but at the same time, I would be vocal about the things that are right and wrong. Also, this map must not be done, because you'll notice that the strait there isn't actually separate. It's actually merged as one, and I'm not sure what the hell is happening here. So this must be like a work-in-progress map, because some of these regions look not defined. They look a little rough, like they're not finished. Alright, let's read more. While we do not know exactly how many playable factions we will have on launch, we are certainly looking at past historical titles for reference points here. Honestly, I would just say do all the playable factions from Medieval 2. Once you had all the factions unlocked, and just do that as a baseline. Because then you'll at least have scratched the itch of having all the base Medieval 2 factions. This is where you come in. We've created a short list of additional factions that would be added to the playable roster on launch, and would love to get your feedback on the priority of these additional factions. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. None of that matters. Alright, so. Italian city-states and merchant republics. Champions of mercantile and communal tradition. A counterpoint to imperial ambitions in Italy. Venice, Genoa, Pisa, Milan. Well, Milan was in the previous title, and Venice was. So that would be a starter. And honestly, I think the goal should be to get all these nations. Realms of Eastern European, budding kingdoms between worlds, combining Christian, Cuman, and Orthodox influences. The Duchy of Poland. Poland should be definitely in the game. Hungary, without a doubt in my mind. Bulgaria, it depends on which point, because Bulgaria might not be well formed at this point. Because depending on how the Byzantines, they occupied a great chunk of it. Or, well, it was technically Byzantine land to begin with, but you know what I mean. But either way. Northern European kingdoms, Scotland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden. Scotland should be in the base game, without a doubt in my mind. Norway, I don't think is that relevant of a nation. The Danes were a bit more... Because Norway's... I don't remember. Norway just kind of gets subsumed into Sweden. Sweden is definitely the bigger powerhouse and the more interesting state, for sure. Because the Swedish Empire is going to be genuinely so powerful, it's going to shake the very foundations of Russia, despite the fact that they're severely outnumbered, because they're just going to have a professional army. Not to mention, Sweden's going to do cute things like false flag operations in Europe to get involved in wars and fuck around. So that's kind of cute. Which, having false flags as a thing could be interesting. Norway was bordering a great power in Northern Europe before the Black Death. Yes, Norway was. They were bordering Sweden. It's like, they were bordering
flags,
Sweden.
Right? But if they add false flags, they probably are going to add the chance of your false flag being found out. And imagine, like, you turn all of Europe against you because of a failed false flag.
Iberian Christian kingdoms in the melting pot of the medieval world, exposed to a variety of cultures and religions influences. Aragon, Portugal, well, cute. Like, Portugal should be included. Leon, Galicia. Like, without a doubt, Castile should be in the game. Like, that's not even for debate. Castile must be. Castile, which, by the way, I believe translates into, like, fortifications, because they were known for that, because their country borders were founded on a series of fortifications to repel the Muslim invaders from the south. If I memory recollects, they'll become modern-day Spain through a royal marriage with Aragon, and I forget how they consolidate with Leon, Galicia. But they basically turn into Spain. And they become one of the biggest superpowers of all time. Sicily, Norman legacy continued through the unrelenting kingdom in the south of Italy, Kingdom of Sicily. Sicily would be cute. For Muslim nations, the Fatimid Empire, the Ayyubid Sultanate of Saladin. Wait, do the Mamluks not exist yet? Ooh, that would be cute. I mean, there's only a few Muslim nations that are interesting. There's the Turks, because they become, Turkey, like Ottoman Empire, right? Then there's the Mamluks because they're adorable because they're a constant nightmare for the Ottomans for a while. And then the later be, once they have, their own little rebellions. Well, they're not really Mamluks at that point, are they? But Egypt will be a constant thorn in the Ottoman side forever. The Crusader state of Antioch would be really cool. A multicultural bastion of Orthodox and Catholic Christianity at the Levant, Principality of Antioch. Antioch is cool. The Pan-Caucasian Empire. Georgia reached its golden age throughout our timeline and maintained a stronghold at the edge of Europe, the Kingdom of Georgia. The Balkan realms. Serbia. Croatia. The Balkan realms, I know some people might like them and think they're really fun, but I think they're not like an urgent nation to add. Also because they're not like too crazy. Because like Serbia never really does, like it does a lot, actually, historically, but it will be important in like the wars that happen in the Balkans, but at the same time, it's one of those nations that kind of just gets rolled over to the top of, like twice. Actually, probably more than twice. Complete the faction surveys. Well, let's take a squeak peek. I want you to log in to do it. Let's see. I'm curious to see what other people are saying. This is not a good idea. The argument about time and faction focus is not valid. If you can't finish the game, don't launch it. That's pretty valid. It's just an excuse to release a dozen DLCs costing the price of a full game. Absolutely spot on. We can play one or two factions. Don't be ridiculous and add all those important factions, even if they don't feel as complete as you would like. Either way, mods will make them playable, including the ones you plan to sell later. Yeah, pretty much. I can see you selling the Baltics and Novgorod as an expansion pack entitled the Baltic Crusades DLC or something. Letting people vote will mean that those minor yet important factions will not even get voted for, since countries with larger populations will have more representations in terms of vote. Yes, this is one of the issues with allowing people to vote in a game design. Like, it's a cute thing on paper, but I kind of agree with that sentiment. Allowing the player base to vote for what nations are playable is not going to actually make the most interesting nations playable. They're just going to pick the nations they're from because they have ancestry to that nation. Me personally, I don't really care. I might be part Polish and German, but like, whatever. I think Poland's interesting because it's smack dab between the Holy Roman Empire. It's got the Teutonic Order breathing down its neck, and it's also got, the Slavic nations to its right. It's in a very precarious spot, much like the Byzantine Empire, surrounded on all sides by interesting things. Another one would be like the Kingdom of Bohemia, the same thing. How about Wallachia? Just so you can play as the Vlad the Impaler. I mean, depends. I don't know when the starting date of this game takes place. I don't think Vlad the Impaler was around at this period, especially when the Crusading States were around, right? Yeah, no. Vlad the Impaler was more of a thing when the Ottomans pressed into the Balkans after they had pretty much washed away the Eastern Roman Empire. But yeah, I think it's one of those things like, I don't know. It's one of those cases of like, this game needs to be more time to cook and more time to develop, and they really shouldn't be going heavy on DLC with this game. Like, honestly, nations should be free updates. I'm going to say it. It's unpopular opinion, but like, let's be real. You've DLC'd the ever-living shit out of Total Warhammer 3, and what has that done? It's made one of the worst Total Wars on the market. Like, it didn't get better. It's shit. Total Warhammer 3 sucks. They are improving it, but it still sucks right now. It's not better yet. It's still cooking in the oven. The Bulgarians are still baking it. Yeah. And it's been out for years. That should tell you how bad that is. So, ultimately and realistically, I think people should actually be urging them to delay the game. I would rather the game be delayed and have these nations more fleshed out. Like, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, or if you disagree, but I think Medieval 3 should have all the factions Medieval 2 had. Minimum. At launch. Playable. Ready to play. Minimum. That's my bog standard bare minimum. And that's not saying like that's me happy, by the way. That's me kind of annoyed because I just got the same amount of playable factions I had in the previous game. I should actually have more this time around, not the same, because a sequel is a sequel. But yeah, I don't really think they should launch with less than what they had in Medieval 2. Like, Hungary should be playable, Poland should be playable. There's no debate about that in my mind. You know, Milan should be playable, Scotland should be playable, Castile should be playable, Portugal should be playable, the Mamluk should be playable. Like, all the factions that were in at launch need to be playable. And anything shorter than that is unacceptable. Novgorod should also be playable as well. I disagree. We need more DOC. Death to you. With CA, game will be delayed to cut content so they can sell it as DLC. Finding ways to delay our games in new and interesting, exciting ways. We're delaying our game because we're finishing these factions you want to play. Really? Yes. That way we can sell you them as day one DLCs. Pre-order exclusives. They did that, by the way. They did that for Rome 2 with the Greek city-states. They did that with Attila with the Vikings. Granted, they would be proto-Vikings in the 4th century, but still. Or 5th century. Either way. But either way, they still did that, because the Viking Age doesn't even happen until the 8th century. Right? 9th century. 9th century, because 9th century implies it starts in the 800s. Yeah. Something like that. Math. Whoa. Look at us, chat, talking about history. Being wise beyond our years. Alright, back to the articles. Also, chat, good job. We're $290 towards today's goal. I didn't even notice how fast you are. How powerful you become, Vicious. Thank you, my lord. Oh, did I get everything covered? I think I did. Crimson Freedom? No, I didn't. Alright, we've got more news. But yeah, I had to talk about the Total War thing in depth because, passionate about medieval history and passionate about Total War. At least the older ones. And Medieval 3 is like my last gasp with Creative Assembly, really. Alright, ready? Look, Bino.
Ready.
Benno. Benno. Air drums are gone. Crimson Freedom. It's about Mars. Very CNC looking. With magic Martian dust. The base stuff looks like Command & Conquer. The units and the HUD remind me of StarCraft. So, story-driven RTS set on Mars, build bases, command armies, and uncover the choices and failures of humanity. Each campaign offers a radically different perspective on the struggle for humanity's future. A conflict between freedom, control, and a frenzied pursuit for immortality through AI. Disgusting. Vile. It's got a demo available. Looks kind of cute. Has a bit of an identity. Has a bit of an art style to it. We'll have to see. There's a lot of upcoming RTSs, so it really depends on whether this will stick or whether this won't, you know? Now, does it use AI in it?
Maybe I'm speaking out of like turn, but I noticed that a lot of RTSs go for the sci-fi.
Yeah, we just looked at 2 medieval ones.
No, but no. Sorry, I understand that there's the medieval ones, but like I see very few going for like with this level of polish for the art style, for example, like that. I don't really think this one is super polished, but what I mean, like going for like fantasy stuff, like the only big fantasy stuff that I know of right now is Total War, Warhammer. Warcraft one.
That's because in order to have fantasy, it's a bit more difficult because you got to write something interesting. It has to be like something that isn't just like, oh, it's generic D&D slop. It's like, okay, it's a D&D
Yeah,
universe.
but then they go and thank you for the donation, Green Brand donates $5. Keep choice sandwich. But then they go. What's Keep's choice? Let me see.
Yeah, what's Gabe's choice? Benno.
I found it. I found it. But like they go and I'm going to. I'm not going to make generic fantasy, but I'm going to make super ultra generic like sci-fi. Like, you get what I mean?
Maybe. I mean, we don't really know much about this. There's the Red Rebellion, which sounds like it's very much inspired by Red Faction a little bit. A faction of former Orbis Concordia miners. Okay, that's very Red Faction. Who fled Earth systems, modifying their mining tools into weapons to fight for a new life. And there's Orbis Concordia. They are the system's peacekeepers devoted to maintaining order on Mars, guided by the belief that too much freedom leads to chaos. So you got your sort of overly controlling like tyrants, and you got your Red Rebellion, which are people who want a little bit of liberty. Then you got the Ascentics, which are a cutting edge tech company, came to Mars. My God, it's just the Elon Musk faction. To shape humanity's future, fusion of human potential and technology is the only path to true evolution. It sounds interesting. I'm not sure if it's like the art style particularly speaks to me, and for me personally, because the art style looks a bit on the toonish side. Not terrible, but it's just not really my flavor. But it didn't look bad, if that made sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important part. It looked a little bit on the, little bit too toonish, or too
I like
simplified.
Tunish,
But each faction having their own distinct sort of get-up is interesting. I do like the asymmetry. It's a cool concept. Whether or not it's good, I don't know. It's very arcade / StarCraft, said Product Peppy. Fantasy is very saturated. Sci-fi still has a lot of space for weird concepts. Dustfront is a good example. True. Fantasy, I wouldn't say fantasy RTSs are oversaturated. I just think that when it comes to it, you just need to have an idea for what you want your setting to be and have a clear, distinct vision, right? Because I think there's no such thing as an oversaturated... Well, there is such thing as an oversaturated market, right? That's true. But there's no such thing as, like, you can't write a fantasy story, you can't write a science fantasy story or a science fiction story, or either of those. It's all about execution. There's the thing that's oversaturated, I think, is the mediocrity. There is a lot of fantasy RTSs actually on the market right now, and a lot of upcoming fantasy RTSs, but they're all incredibly, and not to be mean, but they're incredibly like low effort is what they feel like. They don't feel like they put that much effort into the world building. It's just sort of like orcs versus humans again. It's just the, standard, tried old thing again and again. In Crimson Freedom, you could hearken it maybe to Red Faction. You could hearken it maybe to Earth 2150 with the concept of, humans having fled to Mars to fight over it or something. But it's one of those cases of like it's down to execution. And I think execution is everything. You can have a basic story. You can have a simple story that's predictable, but it can still be good as long as it's executed well. A New Hope for Star Wars is just that. It's a simple basic story executed well. And because it's executed well, people like it. Yes, let's make Warcraft 3 again. Yeah, that's the issue. And I think people need to start thinking about, like, all right, StarCraft, Command & Conquer, they were good games. But they're gone now. It's time to build something new. So if I like things from Command & Conquer, maybe I'll take some inspiration from it, right? And that's how I view it. But we're going to make our game unique and distinct. And that's how we should be thinking about this, at least as developers. We should build on top of it. My issue is like games like Tempest Rising, where it's like it's just trying to ape Command & Conquer, but without even understanding what made Command & Conquer good. And so it's not like Bar. Bar is an example of how you follow the legacy of something. Bar follows the legacy of TA Spring and Total Annihilation. And it builds on top of that foundation to become a superior product to both Total Annihilation and to TA Spring. Like, Bar is just the pinnacle. Bar is better.
You know what's kind of funny? Well, not funny. One thing that I do think though, when our game is kind of like this other game, and this other game Myth. It's like, my dude, if you are using other games to describe what your game is, I'm already lost interest. I'm sorry.
Like, now you're just making me think about other games. That's why it's usually
Yeah.
like, when it comes to mechanics, there are mechanics that are shared between games. The question you have to ask yourself is the mechanic from this game that you like, is it good for the game you have, right? We're not even talking about this game, by the way. This game might actually be swell. I don't know. I haven't played it. But when it comes down to it, this is just a trend because we're talking about trend chasing. And a lot of people are trend chasers or want to follow after games that already came before without actually making anything new, any new systems, any new mechanics. We need developers to start making new ideas. Make a game about something interesting and make it fun. And it sounds simple, but it's actually rather hard. And I know this because I've met, and Robin have met, because we've talked about this, and I know some of you guys have met this too. I've met a ton of programmers and a ton of game makers who want to make games and have this idea like, oh, I'm going to make a game and like, I'm going to have this cool like hook shot mechanic because I think it's cool, and they just add it. And they go by a whim. There's no vision behind it though. There's no idea behind it. It's just like, oh yeah, that would be cool. I like the fact that you can double jump. I'm gonna have double jumping. Well, okay, but what does that do for you? I don't know. It's like, okay. The issue with that is that you're just adding things on a whim, and that can work sometimes. And that can work, not to say it can't. But the issue is you don't have a vision. There's no identity to what it is you're making, right? You want to know about something that has a vision or an identity that is weird? There's a game we played and we streamed a while ago. It was called Atlas. This game here, it's surprisingly well made and competent. This game has a vision. It's somebody who likes MMOs, but likes sort of action, like platformers from like the 2000s and that art style, and wanted to make like a PS2's graphic game. And then they did. But they also have a fetish, and they obviously have a fetish. We all know it, right? We all know it. But they made what they wanted to make, and they had a vision behind it and an art style. And so this game has a very distinct and very memorable identity. You can remember it because it is very distinguished. It has a personality. And games like this that have these personalities and these visions, you can see stuff like the platforming and the maneuverability, like it plays a big role in this game, and it's designed for a purpose. And so because it's designed for a purpose, it serves a function. And so what you get is you actually get a really good game. Because when I first saw this game, I didn't want to play it. But I was like, oh god, it's just a fetish bait game. Then chat funded it, and then we played it. And then we were all surprised because it's actually really well made. Now, as it turns out, it's from an industry professional who has worked in the games industry and has many years of experience and decided to make his own game. But yes, regardless of that fact, it's an example of how to make a game and make a game with a vision. Have an identity. This guy likes PS2 era games, liked like MMO games, but wanted a single player game that didn't feel like grindy and was fun and actiony and exciting to play. And he made it. Kid pretending to like this game so chat doesn't make him play it again. Bitch, I'm gonna play it again because I like this game. It's not a matter of if or when. I'm going to play this game again. This game is good. I like this game.
We're waiting for update.
Yes. It is a solo dev game, so it's going to take a while. But yeah, this game is actually well made. It's pretty damn good, and I fully recommend it. It is only $5. $5, and it's really good. How does it make you feel, chat? A good game is a good game, Doman. Doesn't matter. I don't like furry stuff, but I gotta hand it to the Kiss F dev. He made a good game.
To be honest, I was going to make a joke, but I caught myself. It's too spicy.
Good. Death to be
boy.
no. So not only Kib bald, but Kib's furry confirmed. Death to Pryback Pepper. He's like, oh. Kib don't like furry stuff? No. What made you think that, boy? You mean Benno. Yeah, it's true. We do mean Benno. Fuck it.
Oh my god, I need to go take care of the food for a bit because my brother
Traitor. Chat.
went to
Don't
grab
donate
the
while Bino's gone. Bino, Benno, we're gonna starve because we're not getting donos. Benno.
Oh my god, my dude! He was like, "I'm putting the food in the oven. You take care of it. I'm going to grab the dog at the pet store." I was like,
Benno's
God
killing
damn.
us, Chad. Benno's killing us. Benno.
Damn.
You can hear him waddling away already. Cubes are for commies. Don't forget, it was the USSR that gave us Tetris. Giant, shitty apartment complexes. And the Berlin Wall. Gangoid, shut your little bucket mouth. Put a Pringle in it instead. What? Stuff little Pringles in the game. Genghis. Just like starts crunching. Like, as all chatfish should, really. That's true. Chatfish, do you like Bino's new nickname as Benno? She's like, yeah, that's pretty good. Benno is her favorite guy. Alright, I think I covered all the articles the chat bitches grabbed. I did. I actually did. Which means I can do the next thing. Phase 2 of Operation Kibbaloo. Check woo. Remember, chat, if we make the weekly goal, I'll teach you how to make a saloothie. Like, that's such a cool and fun and marketable word, Kib. You've done such a good job. I'm so moved to try a saloothie. Really? Yes. I will buy the ingredients the minute you make the recipe publicly available to the rest of us chatfishes. Wow, chat, I'm so proud of how motivated you are. Oh, we are so motivated, Gib. You're truly an inspiration to all of us. Wow, chat, I can't believe you just said that so free willy like that. Very proud of you being so loyal and faithful and stuff. Chat, are you agreeing with me right now? There better be agreement I'm hearing in the DMs there. You're like, no, we hate smoothies. Chat, you don't hate smoothies. You love smoothie. Chatfish love smoothies. And if they don't like smoothies, I'll kill Chatfish. Oh, it's called Jump Space. That's right. They got sued. Almost got sued. Oh, yeah. We're so back, baby. I'm gonna cut the baby part. That's too cringe. There we go. Perfect. Gibbs is slowly going insane. Ghost. Don't make me dock your pay. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I've got the power. He's like Pikachu and facing at me. Ghost, you could be in here, being loyal and licking my toes, but you're not. You're a traitor, and traitors deserve traitors do. Which is a tickling. My grandma died in Smoothie War of 1920. I was about to be very sad because I thought you said your grandma died like drinking a smoothie. I'm like, I'm sorry. But I was also going to add, like, that's hyper specific though. Like, you could still try the smoothie. No, she was like, eee! Some post-traumatic chatfish, and I just like pressuring him to eat the smoothie. Like, eat the smoothie, bigot. Gibbs gets left alone for 20 seconds and begins skitching. No, this is the peak Kib experience. We're not Kib schizoing. We're Kizzoing. Like, Kizzo! I don't know what that means. I hope that's not like a bad thing. Please tell me it's not a bad thing. It's like that one time I nicknamed one of my girlfriends of the time, or one of my exes, I guess, right? I gave her a nickname and I called her, like, Snags. And I was like, that's like you snagged. Like, she snagged on me, you know? Like, hey, that's pretty good. And then my dad's like, dude, that's like the nickname for a booger. I'm like, fuck! Like, and then he, like, said that loud enough so she heard that. I'm like, fuck, now we're cooked. I'm calling her a booger the whole time. We're cooked, chat. We're cooked. Thanks, Dad. Way to be a wingman. Fuck. Way to... Can't use that one no more. It's like, damn. And then Yinglet's like, I am Yinglet. He cries. Your dad was right. He was. See, I didn't know that at the time. I was just a dumb high schooler. But now I know that snag means booger. Snag. Praise Lord Yinglet. Yinglet then says, Yinglet! He cries loudly and proudly to the chatfishes, his chatfish chest beaming with pride. It's like, wow, that's so cool that it's beaming with pride. Oh my god, Kib. Chat, are you flanderizing Kib right now? Jafar says that the first or second girlfriend you turned gay. So you guys are so desperate for that to stick, but that just doesn't work. You've tried that. You've tried that for years, chat, but it just doesn't work. The issue is, it's to make that work, chat, I have to not be autistic. Unfortunately for you, I am. And so it just doesn't work for you. It just doesn't. Because I actually had a friend that happened to, and I felt bad. He asked this girl to go with him to prom. And then, a week later after prom, she came out officially as lesbian. It was the most tragic thing I've ever seen. God damn. It's like one of those situations like, God, your luck sucks, my dude. It's really sad. Look at Chatfish desperately clinging to their lies. You have to donate. You have to donate for lies from now on, chat. I've decided you only can be truthful when you're typing. Donations only for lies. Like, otherwise ban-oos. That's right, chat. All of you get ban-ooed. And then I'll talk to myself, because there'll be nobody here because I've banned everybody. Just like, Kibbs went to a gay conversion therapy through women. What? Don't shut the fuck up, you little fucking bucket cell. He's like, I'm not a bucket cell. A bucket cell is a chatfish with the lid stuck on. Mostly because we duct taped each other. So there's stuck. I know it's supposed to mean celibate, but I like to imagine that cell means like a cell as in room, Like they're trapped in it. Is Kibbs going to show us how to make the grimace shake? No. I will show Chatfish how to make a saloothie if they make the weekly goal this week. Doesn't need to be today, by the way. Also, the offer to change my profile picture. You know what? I will extend that offer. You know why? Because it's funny. The offer to turn my profile picture for a month into a yogurt-covered chatfish from the Ganon Cannon piece ends today. You make Sunday's goal, and I'll change my profile picture. Yes. Mostly because I have a soft spot for that picture. It's just, the chatfish looks like he's so at peace with himself, despite the fact that he's got yogurt all over him. Like, yogurt. Yep, Greek yogurt. Nice and thick. Just the way you like it, Metallic Chair. Nice and thick and creamy. Nice big bottle of Greek yogurt. Delicious. Aerith also is a big fan of thick, creamy yogurt. It's like, oh my god, this is a healthy quiz. Only the thickest. That's right, chat. Only the thickest yogurt for you and me. Now, chat, we are going to continue this yogurt conversation in the pizza stream. The pizza stream, you ask? No, it's not that kind of pizza. Not the kind where I'll end up in jail. The legit... No, it's actually... I should end up in jail for it, actually. Thinking about it. It's pineapple pizza. I don't like pineapple pizza. I don't like pineapple... You know what? I'm changing the name of the next stream. I'm changing the name of the next stream because of you, chat. I was setting up the stream and now I'm mad. I don't like pineapple pizza. I don't like pineapple pizza. And then in the description it's going to say, no, I don't. Sam, I am. No, I won't. Sam, I am. No, I won't. Sam, I am. I will not try your pineapple pizza. I've decided. I've decided to become a pineapple pizza despiser. A loather of pineapple pizza, if you will. I wonder if Kibbs is on the list now. The list for pineapple pizza haters? Yes, I am. I'm the biggest anti-pineapple pizza man on the planet. All pineapple pizza enjoyers will be destroyed. Alright, chat. I will see you in the next stream. See you shortly, chatfishes.